And hello.
Yeah, you all know what time it is. It's that time. Yes. Well, this right now, for now, is going to be probably the last Thursday night chaser because we're moving to Fridays. So
Hmm.
yes, so we're gonna have to drink to that. So, welcome, my friends, to Wrestling on the Rocks, the Thursday night chaser. But alas, we're celebrating the last episode one on a Thursday for now.
Yes.
So, of course, I'm your hostess, Ms. Amanda Jane, and I have my lovely co-host with me. Lovely
We'll be
co-host. Yeah,
joined
I
by
like
a
that.
guest shortly.
Yes, and I love how the my co-host points, and I'm like, yeah. Sometimes people listen to this on audio.
It's true.
They don't know what you're. Yeah, some of them do. I'm not going to name names, but there are like three that I know who do.
Truth.
Yes. But anyways, I digress. So yeah, but we do have a special guest when he pops on. So once he does, I will have Digia do the honors here. But yeah, another week in the bag, guys. Lots of wrestling. But before we get into that, you know our drill. Let's play our little game of what's in your glass. So, Digi,
Coffee and kitchen rum.
there you go. Salute. I, my friends, to mark this special occasion, I've not had this in a very, very long time. And I put it in this so it survived because it's like 90 degrees out here.
Hmm.
Oh, there you go. You can see it. I've got sponsored, not sponsored Sonic today. Cherry slush. Y'all know that that's a favorite of mine. It also is on a shirt, and you can put it on like cool like shot glasses and all that. If you go to wrestlingontheracks.com and look in our merch store, and we don't make any money off of it. We
Nope.
just want you to like represent. So yes, thumbs up, thumbs down if you
1000%.
don't. So anyway, so I've got that, of course, and then I have my soda because I need to be caffeinated.
Hmm.
Mm. And then, of course, we will do when our guest comes. We will do a "What's in your glass" to find out
What
what's in
he's
their
drinking.
glass. So let's get the birthdays out of the way.
Yes.
So I am doing this up till next Thursday, y'all, because we will be here on a Friday. So here we go. In no particular order. We are celebrating the birthdays of Montez Ford is tomorrow. Happy birthday, dude. one of our favorite cowboys, James Storm,
Sorry
having a birthday.
about your damn luck.
Yum. Love it. I loved the tag team of him and Eli Drake in NWA. That was the best, with the best like promo I've ever heard like LA Knight do. Eli Drake. Yeah, he was drunk. Yeah, it was his Shoes of a Champion. Marsh can totally do that one. It's hilarious. Alicia Atout, happy birthday. I think she's still dating MJF, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, no,
AJ
he left her.
Styles.
Yeah, she left her. Or
Yeah.
left him.
Happy birthday to AJ.
Yes, Uncle
Another
Alan.
Yeah, another old TNA alum from the beautiful people, Velvet Sky. Happy birthday
Veve.
to her. Let's see who else we have. If you guys know indie wrestling and have heard of IWA Mid South, he's controversial like figure.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday to Ian Rotten. I will say this: the guy, call him what you want, but the guy had raffled off to the fans at IWA Mid South a strip cheese done by CM Punk and Hulk Cabana. If you've ever seen it or not seen it and you want a good laugh, look it up on YouTube. It's there. It's obviously it's old, so you know the quality isn't great, but it's a good laugh. So,
It's fun, really.
It's fun, but it's also really funny to see how awkward Phil is. So I don't know. I enjoyed that myself. Okay, let's see here. We have Mikey Whipwreck, Braxton Sutter, Rio. Happy birthday. Gigi Dolan, also known as Priscilla Kelly. Happy birthday. ODB. Love ODB. Bam.
Old dirty bitch.
So, I don't know what our rules are on Twitch. So, like, you know, I don't know. I don't want us to get in trouble, but that's
We're
okay.
labeled as adult. It's fine.
Okay, all right. And then we have a couple of special birthdays that I wanted to point out. Also Conan, happy birthday. One of the ones I do want to point out because I think speaking of CM Punk, I think that this man, he's not appreciated as much as he should be. I have a huge soft spot in my heart for Drew McIntyre. Happy birthday.
Drew Galloway.
And finally,
best work of his career.
Finally, a fellow Scotsman is celebrating a birthday. It just out. It's Grado. And I'm excited because Grado is also back at ICW. He's wrestling again, folks.
Grado. He's making his debut.
Yep. It's been a long time coming. So I am so excited about that. So I know people probably think, what the fuck? But no, very excited. I love Grado. Y'all don't know.
Grado's amazing.
If you've never seen Grado wrestle, you are missing out on life.
1000%.
Yeah. If you want to ever see some classic like Tracy Smothers shit, I suggest AIW, Grado versus Tracy Smothers. It's fucking hilarious. It's also kind of featured on Wrestling Road Diaries 3. I was there. I did the first 2 shows. I should have gone to St. Louis, but yeah, we didn't go. So, but it's all good. All
Fair
good.
enough.
Yeah, so happy birthday, everyone. And then, of course, if you guys know of someone who is having a birthday, please have them go to my X account or my Instagram at Ms. Amanda Jane. I just want to just double check through here to see if I am missing anybody. And no. No. So, yay. All right. So I guess I don't know where we want to start.
Oh, let's elephant in the room this hard.
Okay.
So,
well,
those in the wrestling business who, or even fans, witnessed at NXT this week the juggernaut, the one who looked at Matt Cardona and said, "I'm the juggernaut, bitch." Current TNA Knockouts champion Jordan Grace will be challenging for the NXT title. Like, what the fuck?
What are her chances of winning that off of Roxanne Perez?
Very good, in my opinion.
That's what I'm thinking too. And especially because I think Paul Triple H, I'm gonna call him Paul like I
Mr.
fucking know him.
Levesque.
Never met the guy. Mr. Levesque. I think because he's doing a lot of, like things that are really separating the product from what it used to be,
Yeah.
that I would not imagine that you not do that.
Well, and the thing is,
It also,
like,
to me though,
mm-hmm.
there's some things that I wish could happen. Like, for example, Zachary Wentz is back on TNA,
Mm-hmm.
and MSK was amazing. Let's go there. All right. And I feel that, Wes Lee is like thrown in as a singles person. But to be real, if they put MSK back together, I feel that that's one of those tag teams like who can see a run like the Usos.
Well,
Seriously. Like that was a match that I was waiting to see, was the Usos versus MSK.
or
Yeah.
the New Day.
Mm-hmm. Either or. Yep. Lots of things with it. And I think that that's an opportunity there. It would kind of be, I really also like sad of the fact because of like with Mandy being gone. I mean, just think of what her little faction could have done,
Well,
and she's still been there.
Because here's some of the things that are going on since that happened. Okay. You had Sammy Callahan going, well, I'll do it. I have some unfinished business. You had the New Day talking shit. You had Josh Alexander, the gatekeeper of TNA. You've got somebody like AJ Styles, who is a TNA original. Like, the possibilities for, because let's face it, every TNA person that went over to AEW was nothing more than a glorified jobber. Like, that was some bullshit. It did nothing for the product, and that's why if they didn't go full contract, you stopped seeing the crossover. Like, there's just no question of that. You don't need to be in the business to realize that part, right? So, with them having, and this is the current rumor, okay, and this is unverified, but it's a rumor, in my opinion. I haven't heard it from 4 sources. They're developing a working relationship with TNA, which will involve WWE stars going on their TV product and vice versa. That's huge for TNA. That's huge for WWE because nobody ever expected this to happen. You know, the match possibilities, like, you had somebody here. Here's an example of you want to see a badass match: Josh Alexander and Gunther. That would be badass. PCO versus the Wyatt Six faction. You've got Ricochet and Speedball. Like, the possibility.
We're reliving Dragon Gate.
Yep.
But seriously, like, I think, which, I'm going to bring up Ricochet a little bit later again, too.
Of course.
But, like, there's so many phenomenal things that they can do.
Yeah, use the right word, phenomenal.
Yep. And, hell, even if the other surprise that was in NXT,
we'll get to that soon.
We'll get to that. there's something in my heart that I would love to see, but that's just me. So
It'll get there. We'll get there.
and we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
because this
Yeah,
is
but
gonna
I'm
be.
all for it.
Oh yeah,
I'm all for it.
I'm here
I'm all
for it.
for it.
1000%.
Yeah, and I think that what then this is just like for me what I kind of wish. I kind of really wished that they got Jordan Grace and signed her instead of Jade. Reason why is because when you look at Jordan, and so I mean Jade's over too, but there's this aura about Jordan, and most people know I'm not a fan of Jordan Grace. I never have been.
That's
But
fair.
when you look at the business side of it, right, and what I see with it is she is so much more dimensional than Jade is.
Yeah.
So that's where I see them, like you because there's so many matches that I'm sure
She
people are like, oh my god, I want to see her in a Charlotte,
she can cut a
because you've got
promo.
two.
She can work with virtually anyone. There is no
Hmm.
reason.
Hmm.
Here's another thought.
That's
Decay.
like China 2.0 right there.
Right. You
Everyone wants a new Joni.
like
Yeah.
my head has exploded with the idea of Decay versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss.
Hmm.
Like, damn.
Yeah. Even Decay and Damage Control, the Kabuki Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
could bring back so much.
Yeah.
The Marsh X, Miss Amanda Jane with the new look more often than Monet. Oh, the boss. The
Oh,
boss
we're
is
good.
watching.
Hi, boss.
Hi,
Yes, we're
boss.
over here on different platform. So if you want to come join us, you're more
If you
than
want to
welcome
join
to.
us, just say yes.
Just say yes. Because yeah, there's lots to talk about on this episode. One.
Holy shit. Like,
Oh
the
yeah. But
dream
I'll tell
matches.
you, the possibilities with it, and I think that with Mr. Levesque, and I have to
Yes.
sneeze. Excuse me. Um, he doesn't have the ego that other people have.
He recognizes good
So,
business. Like, we
and
just.
he knows it's good business, one. And two, he's not going to be in it for himself because it's bettering wrestling,
Yes.
which I always thought that that's what was supposed to be of AEW, which, you know, that's where, the elite are, they're trying to change the world. And but yeah, but no, I'm excited. The only problem I have is with NXT. I'm sorry, that commentary like kills me.
Oh God, he's trying to get us demonetized.
Oh man, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing?
Yes,
Oh
Dalton,
my
you're in.
god. I don't
What's
know
going on?
We're
oh,
What's happening?
we're talking
you
about
know,
the
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace, the
On
TNA
fucking
working together.
NXT, Jordan Grace.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean, I'll be
here's what
there.
I
What was that?
That
Oh, was
was
that your
Dalton.
Siri? Who's this? Who's
no.
Dalton?
Dalton Riley is somebody who's in contact with a lot of old school wrestlers. He's really good. It's just his net connection sucks.
Yeah. That's why we're on this.
Is he on the show? Is Dalton on the show, or is that just
Yes.
backstage?
No, this is all live. We're open.
All live. Episode 1.
We're live, pal.
Yep, we're totally live now.
Yeah.
Oh, Boss Marsh, what's
Dalton's
in your
not
glass?
hype, right?
What's in your glass?
No. No.
What's in my glass?
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
If you have a glass, if you don't go just because
It,
I'm asking. Oops.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm taking a shot.
It's episode 1. So this is
No,
the
this is episode 1.1.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
mean,
this
because
is
I have a glass that has Truly in it, but I also spiked it with Stedman Select Kentucky Bourbon.
Oh, you
oh,
bitch.
ooh.
I didn't find a
It's
mix
not
I wanted, so I just put
mhm,
Truly in there, and it turns out that that's
good combo.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well,
I'm
you know what?
boss
Cheers to
man.
that.
Cheers.
Salud.
L'chaim.
A clam.
I've got sponsored, not sponsored. Yes, this is our temporary final episode 1 on a Thursday.
We will be moving to Fridays.
Yeah, we're moving to Friday.
Thursday Night Chaser is gonna become Friday Night Chaser.
We're just a chaser at this point because we just
For
whenever.
for now.
So
One of your
TNC is
bosses.
FNC.
Yeah.
TNT FNG.
Well, I thought.
I mean,
No,
what do you think I was
okay.
gonna do? Shut it down?
Yes.
No.
There's just branding I gotta change. I just gotta.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I'll change the
you're
branding.
the producer man. Did you like? Yeah. I don't.
I'll
that's not
change the
my-
branding. This is my responsibility.
That's true. That's actually true. It's kind of his thing now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's his thing. So talk to the other boss. So, but yes. But
I really gave
So-
him the reins, and apparently, fuck took that pretty hard. He's like, "Hey, I'm
I
gonna
know.
change days. I'm gonna change the name of it.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna
Yeah, I know. And
add
then I'm
more
like,
Fuck, get
that's
rid
not-
of the backgrounds. I'm gonna just fuck. I'm doing it.
you know, and then today I had I had a peach background because tomorrow is like Rex Manning Day. It's Ricky Stark's day tomorrow. And yeah,
Why is it his day tomorrow?
because he's doing a fucking indie up by me.
Yo, I saw that shit. He's doing a fucking. Who
Yes,
put out a
but we're
thing?
gonna
I took a
talk about it.
screenshot of that
Yeah,
because I couldn't believe it.
BTW.
I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Yeah, BTW.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're
But
we'll
also-
talk about
If I'm not mistaken, QT Marshall's on that too, right?
yes, he is, and so is
Yeah.
Aaron Solo.
What-
And Aaron
what-
Solo.
what's going
Chris
on there,
Bay's gonna be there.
Dalton?
You know who's gonna be there? And it's gonna be a big
Hmm.
deal. And I want you to get a picture with her and get her autograph. Her name's Brittany
Who?
Brooks.
Yes.
Okay.
She's a big deal. She doesn't know it yet.
Who's on the
She has
card?
not figured out what a big deal she is, but she's on
Really?
her way.
Her promo was really good. I liked it that she cut.
Yes.
He's the
But-
one. I don't even know if I remember. I don't remember if I even told you this.
Hmm.
Remember when I met Kevin Owens and I drove to Phoenix to meet him? And it
Yes.
was like 6 in
Yes.
the morning. It was
Yes.
fucking terrible. But I was like, I want to
Yeah.
meet Kevin. And then I
Yeah.
told you I went outside of Raw, and it was the only
Mhm.
time that I went, I think I'm too tired to go into a wrestling show. Like I wanted to go. That was the day
Mhm.
that some random person recognized me and said, "Hey, it's Marsh from the podcast." And I went, "Oh, hello, what's happening?"
Yeah, that's right.
But-
That's right.
We
My
did get
biggest takeaway
watched.
from that was I was so tired that I was like, I could go into the show for free and be a seat filler, or I could just go home. And I was like, I don't know if I could stay awake, so I went home.
That's
But-
right. I remember that. Yeah.
There was a girl walking around outside, and I was like, "Who's that?"
Mhm.
She was walking around with a crazy presence. She had a star power that I was like, "This is a star. Who is this?" And I was
Mhm.
watching her just kind of walk back and forth and like mingle with a few people. And then I
Mhm.
noticed she was wearing an AWF T-shirt, which was it's the
Mhm.
big federation in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled up their site and I saw her right away, and I was like, "Oh, that's her." And so ever since
You
then,
didn't
I've been
ask-
following her because not a lot of people
Yeah.
walk by me that make me go, "That person, who's that?"
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. No. No. No.
She was emitting a stardom that I don't think she realizes she's got. So
I
I'm gonna
said the
share
the
same
that
picture with
story,
her.
and,
Like,
and I'm gonna
I
share
said-
that story and see if she wants to come on
Yeah,
and have you
I
on, so you can share that story.
Erica
Hey, Mark.
Dana. What's
There's
that?
the
Dalton?
indie show you need to check out on Fight TV.
Fight Tubi.
Your net is crap, bro.
You need a better mic,
So-
dude.
He's
Yeah.
using
Should I
his
send
phone.
the mic to Dalton? Dalton is
I'm-
not hype, right?
No.
No. No. Hype has his own setup.
Yes.
He's got a pretty solid
Yeah.
setup and usually wears a bow tie.
You got a very solid
Yeah.
set. That's his gimmick. Come
Yeah.
on now. You wear the ref jersey. Don't. No one tells you to.
I didn't say a bad thing. I said he wears bow tie.
Yeah, lose the bow
He's
tie.
got that- Old school fucking.
I mean, he'd look weird in like, one of those like, because he's ring announcing, you know?
He's going to
Yeah,
school
I
for
mean,
it.
yeah, he's doing it old school. Not
Yeah, no, he's
everybody,
solid.
So
yeah, not everybody is going to be like nerdy Justin Roberts or whatnot. But nobody can hold a candle to those women on WWE. I'll
fuck
say that.
They're
yeah,
they're fucking doing crazy
Yeah.
shit over there.
Yeah,
yeah.
those ladies are great.
Dalton, where do
fucking-
you live?
I told him to get closer to his router.
I think his net is like not wanting him to be on.
Yeah, when he was
Dalton, that wasn't a word.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Nope, we're losing him.
yeah.
Just
We're
trying.
losing him.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
Oh,
I
me too.
know.
Yep.
I know. It's his
Good
it's
news.
his connect.
It's episode 1. What does it matter?
In episode 1. Yeah. See?
Like
So on Thursdays, this is only a temporary Thursday thing. Because if we're here with inside baseball right here. So like if I guess if Medusa is not gonna do that every week, if she decides not to, then
well,
maybe I don't know.
we have a schedule set up where it's gonna be Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This was a recent.
Oh, so Thursday was too long for you?
Dude, she got done at like almost 11 o'clock.
I saw that. I was like, fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that like, and we're doing this, and I told her I was like, it's a busy day. I'm just gonna do my best.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's great because we were getting a UK fan base, but
We are.
it's like
Yo, we
at what
got
cost?
some. There was a while we were only getting like
UK
awkward
people.
time zone people.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
that's
love
how we
me to
ended
go.
up with Stackhouse. He was Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Stackhouse is okay.
I love Stackhouse, man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you? I've designed a couple of shirts for him. Do you see the Stackhouse is okay shirt?
Yep.
Dude, I know it's like a gag and no one
Dude,
thinks it's as funny
hit
as
up
I do,
Marty.
but every time I see it, I giggle.
I
Dude, hit
Hit up
up
Marty.
Skrull. He's looking for new logos.
hit him up,
Hit him up.
Girl?
Skrull.
Mhm. Yep, hit him up.
Which, by the way,
Pretty
Okay.
much.
what's that, Dalton?
Yeah, I'm sorry about my mic, guys. I really am.
Where do you live, dude?
Yeah. I live in Alabama, man. Where do you live?
Alabama?
Yeah,
Goddamn.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm in Albuquerque,
Alabama
New
makes
Mexico.
I've always wanted to go out to LA and watch wrestling. So what? I'm sorry.
Alabama. How close are you
Ma'am?
to Georgia? Like, how close is you to Georgia? That's close, isn't it?
About 4 hours. 4 hours.
That's not that close. That's close, but not close.
Dude, that's like
But
you
but
know.
I'm gonna go up towards Birmingham in September, which is
Let me
about an
see.
hour away.
Let me
Yeah,
see
that's
if So there's a guy you should be checking out. He's out there in he's in Georgia. His name's Trevor Blackwell.
Yes, him.
Mhm.
That is pretty awesome, man.
He's pretty sick, dude. He's
I'm going.
It- Hmm?
I'm going to Comic-Con in September, up there in Birmingham.
Birmingham. All right.
Nice.
That's cool, bro.
I wanted to guess this happens to be one of Bray's best friends, Jason Baker.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Just Maker's sick. How close are you to Jasper, Georgia?
Jasper, Georgia, not really. On the east side of Alabama. I'm closer to, I'm on the west side of Alabama. I'm
Gotcha,
closer to
gotcha.
the Mississippi line. 20 miles from the Mississippi line.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right. Well, if
Now-
GPW ever comes up on your radar, check it out.
Yeah. Now,
I definitely will, man. I definitely will. But you need
Marsh.
to check out the SWA.
Marsh.
I am familiar
Marsh,
with
dude.
SWA.
Yep. I got friends that run it.
That's
Oh, very
pretty cool.
nice. take a
Yep.
peek.
March,
Remember how you
Yes, on
had
Fight
Marsh
TV.
Rockin' Robin?
Rockin' Robin's sick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that where she went? Where she saw that dude?
Dalton was the dude that put it in her ear that she needed to come do an interview. He was one of the fans that put it in her ear.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
he's got like he reaches out on social media to a lot of these classic wrestlers and things of that nature, and he gets around. Whore.
SPW? Not SPW, right? Man, he's
SWA. Yeah, SWA Championship Wrestling from Mississippi.
Yes.
Just saw right
it's
here. I saw
funny.
there is.
It's funny. Rockin' Robin, when she came on and did the interview, and I'll say this here because who fucking cares?
Yeah.
She was putting
There are
over this
people-
dude. I cannot remember the name, but I left it in there. But I was looking up this guy's name, and I was like, "What'd you say it was, Amanda? SWP?"
Yes.
SWA.
SWA.
Like Southwest Airlines, their airplane code, or it's actually SW, but it used to be SWA.
Jesus, yeah, I'm getting a lot of Southwest Airlines shit when I look that up.
Well, of course you do, because that's like the major flyer out of where you are now.
Seabolt Wrestling Academy? It can't be that, right?
It's one. It's
No.
It says SWA Promotions, Mississippi's premier professional wrestling brand.
SWA Wrestling. There it is. Local
SWA
Dallas.
Promotions.
In Dallas, Georgia?
No, it's Mississippi.
No,
Mississippi Premier. There, found it. All right, there we go. So Rocket Robin came on and she was talking. She's putting over this one dude who like was really bending her ear, and so I was like, I'm gonna look up this guy, right? And I look him up, and I see that there's a few matches for him, and one of his matches against Trevor Blackwell, and I've been following Trevor Blackwell since he was about 15 years old. Because you might not know this, or you might not have been here at the time, Amanda, but he showed up in our chat a long time ago. And he had just started wrestling school, so I've been talking to him ever since he started.
Oh wow.
I went and pulled up his match. I saw that he had a match against Trevor, and I was like, I'm gonna watch that one. I know Trevor. I've seen his skills. I've seen him grow. I want to see where he's at. And when I watched the match, I ended up reaching out to Trevor, and I was like, "Yo, is this guy cool or is he an asshole? Because this whole match, you're putting him over like crazy."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if other people noticed, but you carried this entire match like insanely. This guy was like a Young Bucks ripoff, but also just dumpy. And he laughed and he goes, I didn't think anyone would notice. It was really tough.
Can you hear me now? Is this better?
That's better.
Yeah, when someone carries someone like that, it's like, it's hard, especially when you really watch stuff. It's hard not to notice.
Yeah.
For us, yeah.
That's the
I
problem.
feel like that there's a certain point where you go, oh, this is who's in control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there's nothing like that.
Poor
how have you
Dalton.
not done a single fucking tech check with Dalton before bringing him on?
I did. It was a nightmare and a half. It's mostly because his internet isn't great.
You're like, hey, dude, your setup's a nightmare. You'd be perfect for the show.
I mean, episode 1, right? Chris
Yeah,
Willis says hi. He's drinking sparkling ice raspberry lemonade.
That's Willis?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute for Willis.
Willis tried. Willis couldn't. Willis, I don't know what the hell happened. Willis tried, but yeah.
It's because the name was wrong.
Yeah.
My fault.
He tried to
Yeah.
come on.
This
He
is
couldn't
weird.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him the link. I don't know if he just couldn't log in or I don't know. But
Yeah.
whatever. I was like, whatever. You just want to do. But
Alright.
that's okay.
I'm gonna be back in a minute. I'm gonna be back in a minute. You
Okay.
guys keep going. I
Okay.
derailed it enough. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, he'll derail it more because that's what
We
he does.
derail.
Yes,
It's
it's good to have
fine.
the boss around.
yeah. Sorry about that, dude.
It's all
No,
good,
it's
brother.
all good. It's all good. It's all good. That's so distracting.
I mean,
Anyways.
giggity.
Anyways, Yeah. So we were talking about NXT. So I was saying the one thing that made this week's NXT absolutely fucking horrible for me was fucking Booker T. First of all, sir, keep your shit in your pants. It was painfully obvious with like Sexy Red. I don't even really know who she is. I guess she's a rapper. But
She's an
it's just like
embarrassment.
well, no, but that whole commentary, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Okay? I'd rather just have Vic Joseph by himself. Like, is there an up and coming like wrestler that you don't want, really wrestling, and you rather put them on the mic like like a la Corey Graves that you can groom? Because like seriously, like it just was so
Well,
it just killed me.
now
And then
that
like with Jordan Grace and his, we don't need a quacky shucky ducky whatever the hell. We don't need that. I don't need that.
now that
It just
there's a
took away.
working relationship, Matt Raywalt has done commentary on NXT.
I honestly would like to see Medusa do that commentary.
That is also a possibility because she knows all the moves. She knows the ladies. She's definitely done her time talking to NXT talent.
Yeah.
Or even say we hired Jerry Lawler back but under NXT contract.
Oh God, no.
No.
I'm sorry
No.
because
Okay.
the biggest memory we have with Lawler is he did a lot of wrestling and he liked to say the word puppies. And that's like when you're looking at something where we just sat there in the first 5 minutes of commentary and could think of like 7 dream matches we would love to see. We don't need a Booker T. We need somebody who can provide good counter commentary. Like holy crap, dude. Oh yeah, we have Joseph, Mr. Siricella. The WWE TNA crossover means we get Joe Hendry in the Rumble. I believe. You know what, Joe? I also believe in Joe Hendry. We also have the possibility of seeing Xavier Woods, Joe Hendry. We have LA Knight go with Joe Hendry gets to be a star more than just, fucking
What's with you guys and Joe Hendry?
Fuck you, man. Joe is
Hello.
great.
I've always believed in Joe Hendry.
Me too.
Don't go there, Marsh, because I do. Joe Hendry is fucking great, dude.
Yeah,
You
don't even
do you
watch
not
TNA.
see Joe Hendry's work?
I've tried so hard and I cannot get very far before I go, fuck this.
You just you're a hater.
He's like a fucking buff Orange Cassidy.
Yes.
No, he's not.
But he keeps his hands out of his pocket.
Yes.
Where's Joe when we need him?
Where's who?
Joe Hendry is fucking great. He's like, how do I describe Joe Hendry? Joe Hendry to me is like, he has this way about him that he can really bring people like a crowd, his movement of whatever, he can really bring the people into it and people just fucking love it. And not a lot of people can do that. I mean, he did it at ROH.
The dude cut a song that was number 4 on the billboards.
His song was pretty high on the billboards, which I thought was notable because it's such a piece of shit song.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking trash. It was outrageous.
But at least
3 seconds into that song, and I was like,
I like Joe Hendry.
Oh, hell
Joe
no.
Hendry is
no.
everything Elias wishes he could be.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, the chat is going off in support of Joe Hendry.
What a fucking heel move. You come on, boss. You haven't been around. You diss Joe Hendry. Everyone's like, what the hell? Like, seriously. We believe in Joe Hendry. I do.
We are the backbone of the studio. Damn it.
I don't believe a goddamn word of Joe Hendry. You know what I thought, though? When I saw him working with Jordan Grace, there's 2 things that came to mind.
Okay.
And this may completely derail everything. But one, I was all like, we could get Hammerstone on a big stage. 'cause
Hammerstone.
signed over. 'Cause
He signed to
That's
TNA.
could be
where this
incredible.
whole NXT whole thing is. I would love to see Hammerstone and Gunther.
Oh
That's
God.
another one. Josh
Yeah.
Alexander and Hammerstone.
Hammerstone and almost anybody in NXT.
That's
I would
true.
love.
That is true.
There's not
Hammerstone.
a name on there I don't think that he couldn't kill it with.
Yeah.
But my other
No.
thought was they brought in Jordan Grace,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and I think I get what people see, but
Mhm.
all I can see is the blatant steroids to the point where it's like you look like an idiot if you deny it. Her
Well-
voice has changed.
Hold on.
Notice.
What?
She still competes in weightlifting competitions. She does
Mhm.
get tested regularly. It is not steroid based.
No, because there's a way you can cycle steroids.
Wow.
Well,
Well, with Jordan Grace, what I did notice, because there was a while that, she wasn't cutting promos because her voice had changed so much and
Her voice
people
got-
had caught on
yeah.
to that. But last night
Mhm.
her voice was a lot more quote unquote normal, or the
It was
other night.
softer.
Yeah, it was a lot
Yeah.
softer, more feminine,
she's
and
trying
not
to get
like,
off.
oh.
well, maybe because
I
it's like recently before
don't
they
know.
started doing this back and forth, she was in a program with what's her name and God, I just mentioned it.
Digi, I still can't hear you.
Matt. She was with Matt Cardona.
Mhm.
I don't know what's up with you, but Marsh can hear me. But like,
Yeah.
It's weird. I can't
she
hear.
did a female. She was going against this woman for her title, and she had Matt Cardona, and she actually looked at Matt Cardona and said, "I'm." What was it? No, before she said it, she was like, "I'm the Juggernaut bitch," and that's her gimmick.
Mhm.
And Matt was like, "You don't talk to her that way," and she goes, "I wasn't talking to her. I was talking to you, bitch," which was great because Matt Cardona generally doesn't get confronted by women like that, which is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Matt Carter is the man. He is the man.
But so much of WWE's history has been wrapped up in steroid issues that,
Mhm.
to Amanda's point though, if she's getting off of it, that's one thing, right? And I
Mhm.
could see WWE saying, "We want to bring you on, but you got to get off the shit."
Got to get clean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and maybe
And I could
that's the
see her
case.
bowing down to that.
And she would do it. She would do that in a
Well,
heartbeat. In a
Considering that
Like,
she's representing an entire company, she's a current champion, and if she's going to be working with WWE, she has to be able to pass the test.
yeah, you kind of have.
It's
to. And
definitely-
What's that? The silence.
yes, I don't know what's going
I don't know
on.
what's going on with Dalton. I don't know how you had a nightmare interaction with him and said, "Let's make this live."
Because normally it's not this bad. Steph DeLander, Willis brings
Mhm.
up.
I love Steph DeLander. I love her.
It's pretty solid. Although she's already been let go by NXT
Yeah,
under
Portia Perez.
Triple H.
Yeah, as Portia Perez, but she went and made.
Test. Oh, shit. All right. Test, test. Can everybody hear me? Oh yeah.
That saved it for me. And I'm like, if you can be like this, it's fine. But everything else, no. I'm like, I can't do that.
The
You
thing
know,
is I've heard so many good things about Ethan Page, except for the fact that I saw him in AEW and he did nothing even remotely good. And we
because
know
of,
for a fact that
because
AEW
because of
lets
the
you do what
way
you want to do.
that's the,
no.
What was that? What's going on with Dalton?
that's the problem with AEW. They make their wrestlers do what they want to do, and they end up getting hurt.
Yeah, but even his
I think
promos, I thought were dog shit in AEW.
well because
He couldn't have made himself
you
less
know
important. He buried himself.
you know why he went to AEW, right? Come on, let's be
No.
real.
He
You
thought there
know,
was a
I
bunch of
mean,
money. He thought he was
Yeah.
gonna be famous in a
well,
second.
no, not even that. No,
Right.
it's the whole, like it's the whole friendship thing because he's part of that little, not little clique, but he's part of that little bubble in wrestling that you know it's kind of like it's a big friends thing, and the most I would say there's a really strange dichotomy of who is in this bubble, right?
Hmm.
So it's very interesting that because he's part of that Young Bucks bubble, and that's where he got it. And and plus his work that he had at the time with Impact, him and Josh Alexander, it was fucking stellar. They were like one of the best tag teams
And the
out there,
promos were far
hands
better.
down.
And I think it's, much like Monet, he needs a handler to kind of redirect his
Yes.
talking. And WWE is that place. And I think he's going to kick off great.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten in such a weird space with that because I go, yeah, absolutely. Some of these people need a handler. Some of these Baron or not Baron, Braun Strowman. You can never hand that man a mic and just say go for it. He needs direction and he needs it desperately.
Now he
But
doesn't.
Once
he
I've
does.
seen you fuck off for so long, once I've seen Ethan Page try and do what he thought was so fucking good, I personally, as a fan, lose confidence. I go, oh, if anyone like a Drew McIntyre hits you off the side and you don't know what's about to happen, you're done. You know what I mean? Like, I suddenly go, I don't think I can invest in you because you can't hang if
Yeah.
anything goes off the rails. And that was a huge Triple H and The Rock thing back in the old Attitude Era. They've talked about it a few times where Triple H kept going off script and he kept frustrating The Rock. And The Rock kept going like, dude, stay on script. I don't know what to do when you say the things that I don't know what you're gonna say. And Triple H is like, well then fall behind, I guess.
Yep.
And then The Rock was like, oh, I guess those are my two options. So how about I become one of the best talkers in the world? You know what I mean? And so once
Yeah.
I've seen Ethan Page flounder because he was given the opportunity to say whatever he wanted to when he wanted to, I go, well, I just know he can't hang with the guys I like.
Willis just
And
said
but
AEW
the
dropped the
problem
ball
is,
hard on Ethan Page.
yeah,
They did what on Ethan Page? They were hard on him?
Willis
dropped the
says
ball.
AEW dropped the ball hard on Ethan Page.
Yeah.
I don't think they had a ball to hold. He came out of Impact
No,
cold as
he
hell.
did.
His entire
Well,
fucking
we don't.
program was fucking dog
Okay.
shit. He fought
Okay.
himself in a fucking blue screen in the shittiest match of the year. And then they said, now make me a star? Fuck off, dude. That's you gotta build from the ground up.
Dude, like they had tried with him, but Tony Khan, again, it's hiring all these people that were on the indies, don't know what to do with them. Then they put him with Scorpio Sky, which again, another person they don't know what to do with, right?
He's
They
And
need a
so
amazing. I still
I
don't
know,
know how he's not their top star.
I know, and this
They
he's
need to
got
tweak
another
things.
reboot.
And he's what?
What's that, Dalton?
Jacksonville needs to make AEW APC like WWE has. They both need a
So,
PC.
so what you're saying is they need like an off-brand sideshow, but isn't the treatment of ROH that?
Yeah.
No, no,
I hate your internet so much, Dalton. Said I hate your internet so much.
Yeah, the internet, it keeps cutting it off.
The old
You have to
Alabama
try another
hamster
day.
wheel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. But like Scorpio Sky, okay, he, like, I want to say 2 weeks ago, just cut another promo of how he's coming back. He did that like 4 months ago and nothing happened.
Yep.
Again,
Where did he
where
put the
is
promo?
It was on Collision both times.
Yeah.
It's on Collision. And I'm sitting here like, and we didn't even get into AEW, but like I'm gonna go there right now. So they have that stupid thing for the shot at Swerve for Forbidden Door. This like, gauntlet match or whatever the fuck they want to call it. And that's where it's like, okay, I expected to see like Scorpio Sky. Like 2 weeks ago, you did it. And what happens? The predictable happened. I'm like, I didn't even have to watch it. All I know is you put Will Ospreay in it, he's gonna win because he hasn't lost. The only one he lost it was a tag with Orange Cassidy, and he wasn't pinned, so they're protecting him. And now he's got a title match at Swerve. So you're telling me, and that match there is going to decide who heads All In? I don't know. I thought personally that he was already gonna main event All In. That was the reason why he went to that company.
Well, and they buried
And
his ass
two,
from the get-go.
well, and two, I was there at Full Gear when he signed that bullshit. They subjected me to him. Okay. And I was there, 2 middle fingers. You see me on hard cam. And if you listen real closely, he would say shit and I would just like fucking shoot him down. People did not like me around me, but I was like, I don't like this motherfucker.
Well,
I can have a voice. But, he was even saying, that's what it was. That was his big thing. That's what he was selling. Because Triple H, because they did so well in France, yeah, London, it's a given. They were going to go
What do you
back to
think
London.
about Ospreay in AEW?
Ugh.
Like, do
It
you
should-
really think he's just absolute trash over there? Because I think his presentation over there has been pretty solid.
well, here's
I
the
don't know
thing,
what you're
and
watching. First of
I'm
all,
gonna.
He's not my favorite
you-
guy. I'm
I
not
think you're
buying his
high.
shirt.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not
I
saying you buy a Bruv shirt like Willis.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting a Bruv
No.
shirt. But when I watch him,
No.
I go, they're trying to make that guy a star, and he's holding up his end
Well,
of the bargain.
here's the problem with him. Okay. Now that MJF is back, okay,
With a
and
stupid prison tattoo. Dude, did
Yeah.
Dom give him that tattoo? Like, how awful was that? It wasn't even a
Well-
circle, dude.
no, it was like a weird, like the poker chip was like warped or something. Like it was sitting in the
Warped as
car and like
fuck.
Nevada
Yeah.
heat. But I will tell you this: their two big guys also have fucked up tattoos. Because remember, Ocean Spray has that fucked up one where he fucked up the numbers from All In.
Well, he was given the wrong numbers. That wasn't all on
Well,
him.
you do research, buddy. If you're gonna get your
Well,
shit fucking inked on, you do some research,
I
especially if it's
need
something like that.
I need to take us
Yeah.
back a little bit because I think
Alright.
this will show you
It's your show,
the
Digi.
damage. You know, you have this guy who's absolutely fucking amazing. He is your world champion, being pretty much as a tertiary existence when he
Yeah.
should be fucking pushed to the moon because that's what you do with your world champion, right? Instead,
Right.
and
If you
I
have a
think
weak ass world champion, then what's your championship mean?
right, and this is a guy who is worthwhile, deserves that shot, and they're not even giving him the possibility. And if this is their world champion, Saraya just cut, a fucking promo on AEW because she was supposed to have her first comeback singles match, and it got pushed to next week. Like, what the fuck are they doing over there?
I
You know,
feel like she's about to be on her way out.
what?
I feel like she's on her way out.
Yeah, you were saying it earlier. Like, when you have somebody, Saraya,
Soraya.
Oh.
yeah,
I mean, she's been toast for a long time. Do you think they just go ahead and put her on the Hall of Fame and be done?
I think they're just gonna dump her, personally, even though they spent all this money to get her there. They put her hot for like the first 5 minutes, and then after that, she's nothing more than a heel manager. Like,
Just like she
what?
was right before she left WWE.
Yeah, I mean, she may as
That's
well.
true. For what was it? Wasn't abolition.
Ab-
Yeah, somebody else.
Absolution.
Absolution.
Yeah.
They were going to be the submission sorority. That was the initial name they were going to go for, but they're like, wait, no.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
I think Soraya.
Because when you go to search for them, the top result would be Pornhub.
All right, I'll check.
I think with Soraya, here's the issue with Soraya. Okay, when she came, okay, I get it. Britt Baker was, fucking the top of that division. Okay,
Should have been.
remember, Britt Baker was the top of that division,
Mm-hmm.
and that's who she's coming in and wrestling.
They
No, see,
they ran a
she was already
half-ass.
set for failure.
Yeah, it was a half-ass feud at best.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
Like,
even I'll say with her, the only good thing that's come out of her being there in AEW was the Outcasts and the creation of how Timeless Tony Storm has
right.
come into the fold.
That I think the Timeless Tony Storm, hands down, is she is undeniable. And if she doesn't have a title, I think they recognize that their loss because it's just you can't overlook it. But you look at they have a half-assed deal with the House of Black, which should be one of their top fucking factions at this point because they have all the talent in the world in that faction. There's so many things going on where they have all the tools, all the talent, but half their rosters on the fucking injured list, for God's sake. And the ones
Because
that
they're
are,
letting them do whatever the hell they want.
yeah,
That's
that
true.
internet chat room bullshit, which gets people hurt.
You're not going to
Wait,
believe this, but if you look up submission sorority, all you can find are articles about how WWE had to back up because there's porn relation, and I can't find any porn under that. But it dates back to Charlotte, Becky, and Paige,
Yep.
not actually the Absolution one. But it's insane because it's like hundreds of these fucking WWE made a huge mistake. WWE porn name, all this, so it washes out the porn.
It does now. It didn't at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Gigi,
and
I
that
still can't hear you.
well, I think
This
that's
just
on
breaking.
you.
To use
Yeah,
them.
but this
You
Discord
gotta
thing is
fucking.
important.
You gotta put on headphones. You got a little home pod in there or something.
Yeah, I have my Alexa thing. My headphones are dead. They're dead. I went and looked at them. I can't find my earbuds. Well,
I
hold on.
have 3 sets of headphones just for this show.
I'm so professional. Let me tell you. I'm
We're
not
about ready to
professional.
send you headphones.
Oh, there
Shit,
they are.
I could
Okay, here we go.
I could send you fucking headphones.
I can't fucking hear shit.
Like,
Okay.
and that's the thing, when you have, and I'm gonna go back to it because I think it's worthwhile. You could expect and respect the idea that NXT and TNA, when you put somebody like a Josh Alexander who can work a 5-star fucking program, when you can take Hammerstone, you can do that. But you look at what AEW did with them, and it's just an embarrassment. And yet they're pushing somebody who is basically a Wish.com version of Ricochet. That's
They need people to steer them away from doing whatever they want, because that's going to end up getting somebody killed or hurt.
well, and like you look at what is it, their hardcore match
Darby
where
Allin, for example.
yeah, Darby Allin lit somebody on fire with a fucking flamethrower. Where do you go from there? At what point there's a reason you have to stop. There's a reason why, ECW, there was a point they wouldn't cross because it comes down to the where do you go from here aspect.
Oops.
And these trash, weird, hardcore matches, yeah, it might get you an initial boost, but at some point, the audience becomes desensitized to the stupidity of it.
Darby Allin will be lucky if he makes it to 40 at this point.
Well, he's like that. Like, Darby Allin is one that for the longest fucking time, he could have been the top deal in the company and just wasn't. MJF coming back in this weak ass fucking, promo cut. It looks so forced, like it was a last minute decision. And
That
probably
would have
because,
shot at the WWE full on.
like,
Yeah,
that
I
would
was
have,
not impressed.
well, you figure, they're doing the Warner Brothers negotiation at this point, and I think there's something to be said about that. Is that's probably why they pulled him in, but it's not going to last because now he's going to be exposed. Because they've got,
Kingdom One.
like Marsh and I have had long back in discussions about his capability to cut the promos and keep the audience interested. And now you've pretty much exposed him to the business because you got nobody significant to keep him up.
And what, MJF?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's the only the best thing they got right now.
Yeah.
And
That's their draw.
that ain't saying much.
I wonder how long this contract is that he just did, because realistically, I can't imagine. And here's to me the irony of his tattoo. It's this AEW chip, and it says "Bet on yourself" because all their gambling, double or nothing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Like
go,
that.
yep. But this was a bet on yourself in spite of, not because of. Was MJF ever going to flounder wherever he went?
Yeah. Looking back at it, I
Right.
think that's exactly where it is he knows for a fact this is going to be the best shot. This is going to be the best money he can earn because you put him,
What?
and I think it is because if you put like an MJF against an LA Knight, he's mid card or low at the get. You put him in there with
toast.
any number of people they've got. He's got nothing.
Did you see LA Knight just eviscerate and castrate Carmelo Hayes?
Fuck yeah, he did. Embarrassed the shit out of him.
Oh my god, dude. When I watched that, I was just all like, oh, Carmelo's so good. And now I think he's a fucking headbanger.
That's what I thought. I'm like,
I saw a lot of shit on the internet of whoop that trick after that promo. LA Knight whooped that trick.
Holy
I will say
shit.
this.
Congratulations on winning a spelling bee. You want to hear something for real? You want to hear a real thing? No one even said that with you. How about this? Because he's like, you had nobody saying. You want to hear something for real? How about everybody saying? And he just fucking
Points.
pointed at an empty room. He wasn't in the audience. He pointed at an empty fucking hallway, knowing that 12,000 people were on the other side of that wall who were going to shake the ground screaming his name, eye to eye to Carmelo, who just went HIM. And he goes, oh, yeah? Boom, boom, gadoosh. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Carmelo
Oh
Hayes, I
my
think,
gosh.
is just going to end up so fucking mid card. It's not that he's not ready. It's that there are so many people better than he is. Like,
Well,
Yeah. Fucking Dalton.
I know. But I
fucking
can hear Digi now. I have
Hi.
earbuds in.
Bye. Ivan Sanchez was here for a whole 30 seconds.
Hi, Ivan Sanchez. I don't know who you are, but hi, welcome. Have a drink, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
So,
was good to have him.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But so you guys know, I believe MJF signed for 4 years.
Oh.
That's stupid. That's too long for his age.
Well, first of all, one, that's too long for that company. Let's
Yeah.
be real. Let's be real with it because I mean, who knows? So, but yeah, no.
They're a
I just wanted
spite
to
TV
interject
deal
that.
at best because they're
That
catering
doesn't even
themselves to a
exist.
niche audience. You know,
Well,
I agree with Eric
people
Bischoff.
off.
It's one thing to run a wrestling company; it's another to run a TV company. They might do everything right with their wrestling, but they damn sure don't know how to run a decent show.
Okay, can I bring my news in that I've been waiting since we're talking
Alright.
about AEW?
All right.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
we've been steamrolling
no, it's
you.
okay. No, it's okay. You can steamroll me. It's fine. Like, it's what we do. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Dalton because
I do
his
too.
internet just yeah.
It's insane.
Maybe we should just try this another time.
Yes.
With his.
I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, we need to get you at a show or out somewhere outside of your district.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be
That's
sorry.
okay. That happens. It's episode 1.
Yes.
It's
You're
okay.
completely fine.
Yeah, you're completely fine. You're totally on brand. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
For real.
It's all good. Yeah, seriously. But yeah, no. So yeah, we should do it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Or
as
worst case, just drop in the chat and, do
Yeah.
your talking there.
yeah, and we'll read it off because we can do that.
Yeah,
If
because
you can
that's
do that.
what I do.
That's not my job.
That is my job.
I'm horrible with that. I'm the worst person with that. Like,
That's true.
I bring in. Yeah, I know, and that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm here for. But then you're gonna ask people, what is she there for? I mean, seriously.
She's the
I'm like,
face
I'm
of
here to-
this show. I'm too much of a dick.
No, everyone thinks I'm a bitch, but no, because people know that I'm right. But anyways, no. So I wanted to bring this up because it came to my attention right before we went on the air,
Mm-hmm.
and so Tony Khan had an interview with this guy who his name is Shaq, little Indian guy. He does stuff for CBS Sports. Anywho, so the guy was asking him about, like Brian Danielson's last year, Adam Cole, MJF, Mercedes, Motor City Machine Guns, if they're coming, because that was rumored because they were supposed to debut at Double or Nothing. But the last question he asked about the roster before the guy changed the subject, he was like, "What's going on with Ricky Starks?" And the way Tony Khan, and I've kind of called this out many a time on episode 1. I've said it before. that he was basically like, oh, Ricky was really pivotal in, everything with Sting, when Sting had his 3-year career. We're not talking about Sting, Tony Khan, okay? And he got real bug-eyed. So I'm like, yeah, this is your fucking canned speech when it comes to Ricky Starks. He kept going on. And he said, Ricky should be proud, because he, started at, Revolution 23, 2021 and went all the way through, 2024, which I'm like, no, he wasn't on there. Eat a bag of dicks, Tony. But it was, he said, yeah, the way he said, and he said, Ricky Starks is welcome back to AEW at any time.
What? Fuck
Yes.
you, dude.
Dalton Riley just said it's like everything they do is spite of WWE.
It is.
Yes,
It is.
but I've been saying that since early days. Since day one, I said that AEW is anti WWE and not pro AEW. I said 9 times out of 10, whatever's on TV is through the filter of would Vince McMahon like this? And if they say no, they're putting it on TV.
Yeah.
Now,
And
here's
Dalton's right.
What's funny?
A company can't
If he
survive
was-
like that.
No, you can't survive as being a
No.
hate watch. I
Yep.
No.
love it because I know someone else would hate it. Fuck you, dude. You
Now-
don't love it because you love it.
No, but now also it's come into light that Tony, because Conan brought it up, and we talked about it last week on episode 1, that Conan was saying that, it went around that Tony said that none of them were allowed to watch the Royal Rumble, this year's Royal Rumble. Nobody was allowed to. And I'm like, how can you tell somebody to not do something?
Yep.
So, it's like, are you going to get pissed because Dustin was there? You can't say shit about QT Marshall because he doesn't work for you anymore.
But he's
Aaron
back working for
Solo-
them again.
Yep.
QT quit and
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah, because he's working in the back. He's not working on camera. But
No,
it's
because
funny because
Because he left and then he said, "Look at guys, I'm available," and everyone said, "No one cares."
no,
Yep.
no.
He goes, "I'm gonna bet on
And-
myself," and everyone said, "That's a scratch-off ticket
No.
at best, bro."
Yeah, yeah. So here's where I like kind of stand with it right now. Okay,
All right.
and of course, as most of us know, tomorrow's like my Rec Manning Day. It's Ricky Starks Day because Ricky Starks is doing the indie, as we mentioned before. I'm not gonna ask him on camera about it. I'm gonna see if I can get the personal thing, and I will ask him how much can I say. He'll probably tell me nothing, but then again, he
Yeah.
kind of owes me something. So I feel that since Tony Khan basically just said you're not with AEW, what's going on then? When will we see him? Will we see him in SummerSlam? Will he be at Battleground? Half of my heart says he's going to be at Battleground.
Yeah.
I don't know why. My heart says he's going to show up at Battleground somehow. And I would not be surprised. Or if he's not at Battleground, SummerSlam.
No, fuck
Because-
that. Hold on. No, fuck that. Here's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, here we go.
Everyone- 2 years ago, everyone said Ricky Starks should go to WWE and go straight to the main roster. He belongs
No,
straight on the
and
main roster. Then Ethan Page makes a debut in NXT, and everyone said Ricky Starks needs to get to NXT because he has lost so much steam. He is no longer who he was. We said that when he first re-signed with them, that motherfucker lost his spot. He didn't
Yep.
want to go to NXT because he didn't know. And he goes to AEW and just discovers how you can devalue yourself so fast. And now he doesn't have a spot on the main roster where he probably did before. Or his ego was such that he couldn't allow himself to go through NXT. And now he's going to have to sit there, tail between his legs. Granted, probably a massive tail, but it's still going to be between his legs. And he's going to have to go through NXT. He's going to have to now.
Okay.
He has to
Okay.
now.
And he should.
Okay. And you should.
I don't
Now
think he should. That's what
No,
sucks is
here-
I think
I
he's
do.
been
No.
so good he belongs
Okay.
on the main roster, but I don't think
Let me
he
tell you.
has the ability to leverage the concept that he doesn't need to go through
Let
there.
let me tell you, okay? And I've been saying this for a long time. Okay? No secret.
We said it last
Ricky-
week.
We said it last week. The problem that Ricky has, okay?
Tell me about Ricky.
Okay. No matter how
I like
great
Ricky.
he did.
Would you
I love Ricky.
please? God damn it.
Keep going.
Oh, yes,
Dalton.
if you really want to derail
Hold
this,
on.
let's talk about his butt.
Hold on. Dalton says, I want them to succeed, referring to those stars. Joseph says, I think Tony knows Ricky is in WWE once his contract is up and doesn't want him to get exposure.
Yes. Was that just in time?
That was Joseph Ciricella?
Oh, okay. I thought
Hi,
you said
Joseph.
Justin.
And Joseph,
No,
you were
his name
exactly
is
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's right.
You're
absolutely.
exactly
1000%.
1,000%. And so here's the deal with Ricky, okay, and AEW. When he went to AEW as a friend, I told him that's not the place for you to go, because I knew that something like this is going to happen.
Hold on.
Because-
I want to call you on your shit.
Call
Because
me
I
on
love
the
it.
Okay.
Wasn't the conversation I had with him, wasn't he going back and forth about whether to go to NXT or AEW?
Yes.
And
Mhm.
didn't you point out the fact that NXT turned him down once before and you told him to go towards loyalty? Wasn't that the conversation?
Yes, it was. Hmm.
So you kind of pushed him towards AEW.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you why. Okay. I'll tell you why.
Let's
At
do
the
it.
time-
Let's do it. I'm here.
Okay, I know
I'm
you're
here for it.
So at the time, okay.
Like
Oh,
heart,
this doesn't
heart
do
to
our
butt.
heart.
Like, just did it.
It did
You see
it.
my screen?
Yes,
There it is.
on mine too.
The butt.
Digi, it doesn't like you. Digi tried. It doesn't like him.
Digi's on one of them shit computers that don't have an Apple Bite in it.
That's probably what it is. There's one where it rains. Like I felt like fucking Okada. Like it was like Rainmaker. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
what
I
the
think
hell
it's
it
like
was.
this.
Was it? But it never worked. You see, you got it.
That
I didn't
and
get
then
it.
this one does balloons.
Really? How come I don't have balloons?
I learned this
on my
today
laptop.
because there you go.
Okay.
I learned these today because I was doing a podcast for a serious baseball podcast, and one of the
Oh,
guys was
no.
talking about two things that were an issue, and all of a
And the
sudden
balloons
he was surrounded by balloons. And I was like, oh no.
You're like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
I was like,
No.
we have to
Okay.
fix that later.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I did talk him into it. Now, at the time these conversations were happening, okay, who was in charge of WWE?
Shane
It was
McMahon.
the old regime. It was the old regime. There was no place for him because remember,
It's gonna be tough.
you know, like Black and Gold ended, and then you got 2.0, and you saw what happened with 2.0. Okay, there wasn't somewhere for him. There wasn't, because look at what happened to the fate of Cameron Grimes.
Well, no, because that was
You know?
around the same time. Or wait, no, it wasn't. Because remember, LA Knight went to NXT, and
then
you
he
and I
went
were both
to
kind of like,
fucking the models, Maxim models.
and that was fucking tough. I
That
had
was
a
brutal.
conversation, and I'll only say this because I know no one's watching. I had a conversation with Charles Robinson during the male models, and he goes, "I
Mhm.
hope we can keep him. I just hope he doesn't quit because that guy is so good, and he brings so much heat, and the gimmick is weird, but he makes it work." And he was so concerned about losing the guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I've talked to so many people who are so smart, who are talking so much shit on LA Knight and how he's never gonna get over, and how he's like a mouth breather fan base, and how no one will get it. And I was like, no, what you don't get is he's timeless.
Yep.
His power that he has.
When
He
he
has
was
that ability
Eli Drake, he was hot when he was Eli Drake. He was hot in every show he's ever been. And
Shoes of a champion. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
I
Yeah.
have the shirt. I still have that shirt. The thing
That's
is
the
this
best
it's such a good shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
thing
it is a
is
great
that
shirt.
like when I first saw him, I couldn't shut up about him because I was like, this dude feels like like he walks like Stone Cold, but he talks like The Rock, but he wrestles like
Mhm.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah. He's the
You know what I
package.
mean?
He's like the ultimate package. No.
Yeah.
And the
He's
way
all those
NWA,
things.
yeah, and I think the way NWA really built him, like that time period of NWA did a lot of great for a lot of people,
Yes.
Ricky Starks included, right? Even
Yes.
Eddie
And
Kingston
Eddie
to a
Kingston.
certain
That was the highlight of Eddie Kingston's career, no doubt.
is
It
NWA.
wasn't
Yeah.
realistically, he'll always talk about how amazing AEW was, and he's going to mention that as a highlight because that's what put the money in his pocket.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's what bought him the house. That's what paid off his
Yep.
debt. That's what made him secure for life. And I'll never take that kind of thing away from a man like that. But
Yeah.
realistically, when you talk creatively, when you talk about passionate fan base,
Mhm.
he's been never been hotter than he was in NWA.
It's true.
Yeah. Mhm. Absolutely. And I think Eddie too with it was he had
Remember when he had to
enough.
tell us to stop telling? Remember when he had to tell all of us? Remember you were there. He said, "Please stop
Yeah.
saying stab him up."
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm getting in trouble in the back. You guys can't say that, please. And they
Yeah, you
cut
go,
all
please
of
don't
it.
say that. Yeah. He's like, please don't say that. And it's like when you sit there and you're like, Eddie Kingston is telling the fucking crowd to stop something like that. That just was like, oh my god, you've hit the pinnacle here, dude. Like
Please,
this is
please don't
fucking
do that,
amazing.
guys. I'm
Please don't
getting
do
in
that.
trouble. They don't like
And
when I
I'm
say.
like,
They don't like when you say that.
yeah. And it's Eddie Kingston of anybody in the world. It's like fucking Eddie Kingston. And he had wasn't Homicide there too? Or no, Homicide wasn't there. But I know
Homicide was there
Homicide
at the
was
time.
doing. Oh yeah, that's right. He was there. He has Homicide with him. What the fuck? Yeah. So I mean, that's what you see with Eddie. So with Ricky, you got to realize that at that time, what I said holds weight because there was no place for him. There was not, and he did not at the time. If you look at his whole his whole span, he had done nothing, absolutely nothing, to warrant him going over there and blowing it out of the water. He would have been his fate would have been like a Cameron Grimes. Okay, look how long it took them to bring fucking Braun Breaker up to the main roster. They took way too long, in my opinion, to bring him up. Way too long. And recently,
I would have agreed with you 3 months ago that they're wasting their time with him in NXT. But
Mhm.
he's making a fucking wave right now, and it doesn't feel out of place. And all the shit that we've been dealing with the last year,
Mhm.
you and I both might be wrong about when's the right time to bring him up. Because I
Mhm.
would have said bring him up a year and a half ago. But I'm watching the way
Yeah,
he's
like
fitting in
after.
now, and I'm all like, oh, this
Dude,
is good.
right now,
Yeah, because
the
I don't
way
think Vince would have known what to do.
he's running, I think a much better gimmick than the weird wolf shit he was doing, where he was pretty much attack thrust. Because you look at him now, he looks like a fucking monster. Like what they tried to do with
Mhm.
Braun Strowman, but didn't work out. That's everything
Mhm.
he's doing right now.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. And so you have to look at the timing of it. So yes, I did say that, but now my thing is the way the roster is now with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He has to go to NXT. He has to. He has
Yeah.
to go there. He has to fucking have this fucking long program and be able to carry the fucking show. He hasn't had that challenge. He can rise to the occasion, as we saw with his matches with Danielson, which were some of the best fucking matches that they've had all of last year.
Yeah.
You cannot take that away from him. Right?
Dude, Starks eviscerated MJF. He eviscerated fucking CM Punk. Like, his capability is there. And he's a motherfucking workhorse. Didn't he have 7 matches this whole last year?
Yeah. Something around that number.
So far this year. Yes.
Yes.
No, so far this year he's had 5.
This entire year. Do you remember how many matches he had the weekend we saw him?
Yep. One night he had 3. One night.
Yeah.
He had
and he had 4 the
Yeah.
second night and 1 on the third. The motherfucker, I told him when you pulled him out and he came and talked to us. I was like, dude, I didn't realize you were this kind of a workhorse. because he was. You were the workhorse of the weekend. He had more matches
Yeah.
that weekend for the NWA Hard Times pay-per-view than anyone else on the entire roster.
Yeah.
And
And
the
I would
fact
Every
that they
match, you wouldn't have known.
No. No.
And
And
the thing is,
that's the
he
thing.
made none of the matches were the same. He could adjust his style and work with virtually everybody he was put in front of, and that is good.
That is the thing that Ricky has going for him that people like Will Ospreay does not have. And I'm not saying this because I hate him, love Ricky. Is Ricky, and I've always said this, he is well rounded. He doesn't have to fucking get on the top rope and do flippy shit. Okay? If you want to chain wrestle, he's there. He'll be on the mat with you and do it. And I mean, you name it, he can do it. He can hang with it. And I think that with him, he's also a very good storyteller. And that is where he needs to thrive. Storytelling, I don't care what anybody says. If Tony Khan thinks he's doing storytelling, I don't see anything. There's nothing. And
The only story Tony Khan's interested in telling is his own dollar store
Fucking
Vince
ego.
McMahon plot.
Yeah. And I think that, that with Ricky, I just hope, because this is basically it. If he cannot go,
Fucking way. She would be beyond foolish to do that. That would be
Yeah.
such a stupid move. What has
I know.
AEW done with any fucking of their women?
Well, here's where I'm with Mercedes, that I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. Okay, you put the fucking little TV title thing on her.
Hold on a sec.
And I love Tony Storm. Don't get me wrong. I love that whole gimmick, but that's not where Mercedes should be in this little this little lower mid, like this very mid spot. Okay, because who's she probably going to face next? Statlander's probably another one, and I'm just like, little TV title thing
Well,
on her.
AEW also books so fucking blatantly mark.
I love Tony
Like,
Storm.
obviously
Don't
she's
get me
gonna
wrong,
hold
I
it
love that whole
until a
gimmick,
specific pay-per-view.
but-
What's the one that's gonna be that? She's gonna have some stupid fucking programs between then and now. I don't think she's gonna lose it at the next one. It'll probably be a different one. So
I think
she'll have
Jamie Hayter. This is what I think. Jamie Hayter's going to come back. Jamie Hayter's going to wrestle her at All In, and Jamie Hayter's going to take it at All In.
no. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Saraya. Saraya
Yeah.
at All In Wembley.
You think so? You think so?
They're
That's
gonna do
what
that because
we
they have all that
want.
history that they have to pretend that they're talking about when they're not.
That they
Oh,
care
no,
about.
she's the one who's talking about that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You're
And
right. You're right,
Saraya
I forgot.
being from London. I don't think
Mhm.
she's from London, if I'm honest. She's probably like Bristol. But
Our family runs the night promotion is the one.
Norwich.
Yeah,
Where is it?
Norwich, England.
Norwich.
how close is Norwich to
Little.
Bristol?
I don't.
I don't know.
I have a feeling it's the same kind of backwoods kind of energy.
Well, the night promotion is like it's pretty big.
Yeah, without her.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that
they have
Not
only
too.
because of her.
because of
Just
fucking
shit talking.
Zach Zodiac, man. Let's go there. Like, if we really want to go there, that's who it is, man. That's the fucking house that Zach built. Besides
Yeah.
the dad and the mom, but I'm just saying.
I think we need to see Abyss come back.
Oh, good lord.
Have
He
him
was
work.
working backstage at WWE for a long time. What happened with that?
He's still working backstage with WWE.
Yeah.
Good.
But you see, what I don't understand, okay, is right now Tony Khan has at least 7 people who used to write for WWE and produce.
Yep.
And none of them seem to be doing anything.
I think they're doing
'Cause-
what they're told.
Yeah, they're
But
they're
what are
doing
they
what they're
being
told.
I mean, I look at it and I'm like, damn, like one of your fucking writers, you just fucking put back in ROH, Jimmy Jacobs,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm sitting here like, you know, like what the hell? It's weird. I don't get it. Like Sanjay, he was one. You know,
Yeah.
you've got so many people there, and I just don't understand. It's like I get it. You want like, you know, you want control. It's you. You are the Veruca Salt of fucking professional wrestling. Yes, like Daddy, I want this. Okay, yeah, like
I
no, like
I
if
kind
you're
of
gonna
feel
hire
like
all these people,
because there's so much
you know,
money involved that, Tony Khan's under the illusion he's one of the boys. He's not. He hires all these people who are backstage. He's paying so much that when he starts going, no, 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 we got to do it this way because this is the way I want it to go, they're just going, okay, boss, because there's so much money involved. Nobody wants to tell him no. And somebody needs to.
How many? The contracts are through Tony, not through Turner, correct?
Yes.
correct.
Do you think if AEW loses its TV deal, just as a weird hypothetical, if they lose their TV deal and they can't really produce anywhere, do you think he still has to pay out on those contracts the way that Turner had to pay out on WCW?
Yes. Because the
Do you think-
contracts are set on time, not viewership.
Yeah. How many of those people do you think would sit it out?
I think they'd all sit it out, but the moment that their contract is up, they'd go to somewhere else. Because I mean, that's the goal. Is if you're a professional wrestler, you want to be seen on TV. You want to be that star.
What's my
The
point
ones
is that when WCW went under, there was a number of people who sat it out and waited for the contract, the free money to stop. And then they said, well, I'm ready to come back to work. But there was a handful of people who said, I'd rather be on TV and working towards more than sitting at home and just getting what same old, same old. How
But
many
here's the thing.
AEW people do you think realistically actually view this as anything more than a money grab and would opt out of the contract in order to sign a lesser contract to just get back on TV?
I think everybody in the House of Black would do that.
I could see that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
think-
the way they're, once a year they get shown out and that's it. And they're all tremendously capable individuals.
Do you know how fucking over Brody King is? I mean, he's always been fucking one of those ones. Because again, this is a big guy that fucking he can move, right? And you don't get that. You don't.
He's a
You
cool
really
guy.
don't. Fucking
Tama
love Brody.
Tonga,
Gosh.
because Tama Tonga was asked, why didn't you go to AEW? And he says, essentially, it was AEW is a mid-card promotion. And coming from a guy who was doing Tokyo Dome, that's a big fucking statement.
Yeah. And I think that it's important to note that with it is okay because this is controversy has been out this last week or 2 weeks,
Yeah.
Marsh. I don't know if I've been following it, but a lot of people now are like, they did go to AEW because they thought that they were gonna get more, that exposure and more time, but it's not happening.
Takeshi has been pissed, yeah.
Yeah.
And and I think that people, like, when they look at it, and this is what I said before episode 1. He's
I'm still
got his
listening.
favorites. He's got his favorites. They're always going to be his favorites. It's just that people need to realize you don't kiss the boss's ass. If you want to be seen, closed mouths don't get fed. Then you need to do whatever you need to do to get yourself seen. Because
and- It's like Athena, I keep saying she's carrying ROH on her back, and she is.
she
But
is.
there's such a point to where she's not going to want to do it anymore. She's already proven she can carry a brand. She's going to go back, or she's going to go to TNA.
I can see her going to TNA.
Yeah, because
And-
she
and
can work some
honestly,
amazing programs.
I almost just asked you who the ROH champ is, and I forgot that it's Mark Briscoe. How did I forget? Oh wow, because we don't ever see him. Well, he's injured, right?
If
Is he? I
AEW
don't
wants
know.
ratings, we need more Chris Jericho learning tree segments. Yeah, I recognize the sarcasm in that statement. I said it
Who said
today.
that? Who said that?
Joseph did.
Oh, Joseph. Yeah, that apple doesn't fall far from the learning tree. Oh my God, I was like gonna vomit. I'm like, Bill, how can you go from a program with Ricky Starks, and it was
Being
amazing,
tag
to this
champions.
bullshit?
Well, and
To
I
this.
think Chris Jericho is one of Tony Khan's favorites. But at this point, Jericho's reinvented himself so many times, he ends up at that plateau where there's nothing he can really do. And this learning
Well,
tree
I
gimmick
think.
is stupid.
Yeah, I don't want this learning tree on the Jericho Cruise. Actually, I'm almost at the point where I don't know if I even want to go. But
Yeah,
you know,
a lot of
I
people
don't.
feel
I don't
that
know.
way.
We'll see. Yeah, but I don't even know. But I will say, with Jericho's role when he came into AEW was they needed a fucking name. That was what they had. That was the name. They needed an actual established name.
They needed a
Because
name. They
remember,
needed somebody that can hold their program up. And they thought it was initially probably going to be for so long. But now it's almost a complete reliance because
it's like,
they're,
yeah,
TNA makes stars. Yeah, at this point,
yeah.
and Joseph says, I'm glad you picked up on my sarcasm. But yeah, Jericho is hurting AEW at this point, and I'd have
Mhm.
to agree
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
He's
He
hit
I
the
has.
said it
wall.
during COVID. I said
Mhm.
during COVID that AEW has outgrown Chris Jericho. They no longer need
Yep,
him.
he did.
He's doing nothing for them.
Yeah,
Yep,
The other
that's
thing
when
I
I
said,
first started up. Yeah, and you said
mhm,
that. Absolutely,
said they
you
outgrew him,
did.
and I said that's a really good thing. He needs to just step back and go backstage and be done.
Mhm.
But he is not. I even said when he won the world championship first at was it Double or Nothing,
yeah.
Mhm.
I posted. You can go back and find it on my feed somewhere on Twitter. I posted a picture of Jericho and Hulk Hogan
Yep.
and said they have their Hogan. This is the NWO. And a bunch of people were like talking shit on it, like, no, it's not like that. This is amazing. It's uplifting. Since then, the Young Bucks have said Jericho's like our Hogan. He's like our North Star, this and that. And you're like, no, no, no. Hogan was a bad thing for WCW. That's why they went under. Like they put too much weight on him. They
Yep.
didn't
Yeah.
allow it to distribute out.
And by the
The
time it was
constant giving it
done,
back. Go ahead.
Vince Russo, took that concept of the NWO and ratings started to fall, and they did. He oversaturated it, and it's the same thing with Jericho. Too much. He needs to go backstage, start being a producer because the guy does know how to reinvent. I just think he's hit that plateau where there's no more.
Yeah,
I think it's
people are
beyond
sick of
being
it.
plateau. I think he just doesn't know what to actually do. I think that he's going for different sake and not different for better sake. I think he's lost
Yeah.
the sight of different for better, as opposed to different for different. You know what I mean? And
Right.
Jim
Well,
Ross
I'm
has
just.
gone on about it for that too.
Yeah,
He
I'll
forgot
say
the
this. I
rule.
just.
Draw me money. That's a
Mhm.
fact. He forgot the rule.
Well, can I tell you guys the positive? At least
With
we don't have to
Jericho?
fucking hear. Yeah, we don't have to fucking hear Judas anymore. Shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's sarcasm there, Joseph.
And you have and you can kind of look, and
You
I
can't
I said
teach that.
I said it to Marsh actually, was that you knew the writing was on the wall. Things were fucked up when they lost Arn Anderson, they lost
Tully.
Tully, they lost all of these great legends who are fantastic producers and know their shit. When they
Regal.
walked away, oh yeah,
Regal.
Regal was for me the big one. When he left, and he was only there for a very short amount of time, he was just like,
Mhm.
all right, I put these guys over as best I can. There's nothing more I can do here. And went
Yeah.
back and started working the back.
Yep.
Yeah. It's because Tony
Regal.
Khan
Go ahead.
doesn't. He wants full control. He doesn't know what he's doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's evident. And if someone tells him no or tries to tell him, and I still stand by, I think that's the reason why Cody left fucking AEW, was he was taking too much responsibility and trying to make it better.
Well,
And
that and he was
actually
probably
do
getting
what
overridden.
they're
Like,
supposed to.
because Tony Khan
That's
is
right.
all the worst qualities of Vince Russo, and I can see where that is starting to come
Yeah.
into play.
Yeah.
Dalton says there's so many good indie wrestling promotions that could rival AEW at this point, and it's not just a dig; it's the truth. They won't draw millions or thousands, but the product is exciting, and it's going to hurt them.
Yep.
And
Well,
There's two
we
things I want
love
to say real quick.
Joseph is awesome.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Joseph's great.
I like
Have a
him.
drink, Joseph. What's in your glass?
Yeah, what's
Yep,
in your
what's in
glass?
your
What are you
glass?
drinking, brother?
Two things real quick. Too.
Mm-hmm.
When QT Marshall quit the first time,
Mhm.
I thought
Mhm.
that was a huge fucking canary in the coal mine because I was like, that dude has nothing to gain by leaving them because he will never be bigger than he is there. There is no
Nope.
company in the world that will put him over more than AEW has. He's not that talented. He's fine. He's okay. And to be honest, talking to people who have been under his learning tree and been trained by him, he says a lot of the right things to these guys, but he puts a lot of garbage on TV. There's no place better for QT Marshall. He has nothing to offer anyone bigger than AEW. So when he left, it was like, oh shit, there's a huge fucking issue here where the guy who's getting free money for doing very little says, I'm tired of the free money. I'd rather leave. Like there's headbutting here on a high level. Like that was
Hey,
huge. Go ahead.
Joseph, we're not asking you. We're asking, what are you drinking? We're not saying it has to be alcohol. And you didn't
Yep.
kill any vibes, brother.
No,
This
It's not. It's not
because
what you're drinking. It's who you're drinking with. You're drinking with us. If
right.
it's a cup of water, then I'm happy you're here, bro.
Yeah, you got
yeah,
to remember this show is about us interacting with the audience. We're at a dive bar. We're sitting down. We're just bullshitting.
Mhm.
For
That's our
2 years, I
difference.
was sober, and I went to bars weekly, and my friends would buy me shots of pineapple juice because it's not what you're drinking; it's who you're drinking with. We want you out
1000%.
with us. We don't give a shit what you're drinking. If it's a shot of water, if it's a shot of pineapple juice, then if that's what it takes to keep you out here hanging with us, then we're gonna keep doing that. You know?
I have a question.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
This is totally off the topic. So Essex in England, in
Hmm.
Bristol, there's 165 miles difference.
Okay.
They're both like in, like, yeah, I don't know where in England, but Marsh, does like is Essex close enough to Bristol in his little thing? Because I'm trying to prove a point in my head. So if someone is from Essex, and we're like, because we're asking about Norwich and Bristol. I'm asking about Essex and Bristol. Bristol. You're on
I
mute.
mean, oh, Dunkin' iced
I'm,
coffee. Joseph
I'm looking
says.
it
There
up.
we go. Good call, my
Okay.
man.
Yeah, I drink that shit
Yes,
daily.
I fucking love Dunkin'. Fuck Starbucks. Fuck the man.
For reals.
Mhm.
Directions.
Here, you know what,
Bristol.
Joseph? You might
Only
not be
reason why I'm
drinking, but I
asking.
am. Cheers.
There you go. I
They're
was
pretty
only
far. They're
asking.
3 hours apart, 3 to 4.
Woo.
So
Okay, but are you saying the kind of people? Like,
Bristol's
what are you
way
saying
more
about
bush
Bristol?
league. Bristol's pretty
Yeah,
bush league. They're famous for like fucking sheep and stuff.
Bristol is.
That's where I'm thinking. The reason why I asked about Essex is that's where fucking Ocean Spray's from. Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd fuck sheep. Yeah,
that
so close enough.
Bris, Bristol is very rural. Um, and
Yeah, he's
Essex
kind of
is
like a
about
stupid.
lower mid class.
Yep. See, I told you he's trash. But
Yo,
you
yo,
see,
yo, yo. He's trash
I
because of how he acts, not where he's from.
yeah, yeah, he is. But if the British wrestlers, we all can't be like fucking Zack Sabre Jr. and fucking Mary Poppins prim and proper and bullshit from the fucking Isle of Sheppey, wherever the fuck that is. And then we have Eliza Doolittle, fucking Marty, who's,
Look, don't you
hey,
hate on my boy, all right?
I'm not hating on anybody except for Will Ospreay. I fucking
Uh,
don't like Will Ospreay.
Dalton
We all know
says,
this.
hey, when y'all get a chance, look up JD Jenkins versus Ray Fury at Eagle Mania. As a matter of fact, Dalton, DM me that. We've got another show where we're going to be
Yeah.
reviewing matches. We'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll put that on the list.
Yeah, we got a good list going.
That made the list. Oh, look, sir.
Yep.
Why does everything go back to Jericho? Fuck that. Okay, gotta stop. Gotta stop.
Yeah, except
But-
women, because, you know.
Well, you
Hold on.
know, I will say this.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Uh-oh. So tomorrow, when it is Ricky Stark's day, because he's doing an indie, and I'm very curious about certain things of why, because he's refused indie bookings. He's only done one since he's been with AEW, and that was Northeast Wrestling, and that was like toward the beginning of his AEW run. And it was a big mega show because tons of like AEW people wanted it. So for him to do this, and I know he's replacing Will Hobbs. Ricky don't do favors for nobody like that. Ricky's all about Ricky, okay? From what I know. And it's a mystery to me. So my thing is, and this is not a promotion that right now, excuse me, no offense, BTW is very Bush League in comparison to what is out there right now. And I do know
Yeah,
that
that's what shocked me.
and I do know for a fact that West Coast Pro has asked Ricky several times. He says, "No, I don't do indies," and then here he is doing this one, and it's like, yeah, that's where Bailey is from and Aaron Solo, but I'm just gonna remind and put this in the universe. The first day that I met Ricky Starks, the first day I met him and Aaron Solo. Remember this day. One of the conversations we were talking about Bay Area Indies. We were talking about APW. There was no West Coast Pro at the time. We were talking about Hood Slam and BTW. And they were talking shit because Aaron said, "Oh yeah, Kirk White used to like stiff them all the time. It was fucking totally corny, you know?" And it's like he said that I've always wanted Pam. And of course, at first I was like, "Who the fuck is Pam?" But then I realized who he was talking about. You know, we get, fucked over constantly. But, that's where she trained and that's where she learned how to wrestle. So, you gotta kind of give props to that. And
Yeah, but if he's doing favors for her, that's big.
Well,
I mean, he's showing up to
necessarily.
Cody's shit and he's doing favors for Bailey.
No,
He's not doing
no,
shit
no,
for.
no. This isn't a favor. This isn't a favor for her. This one is very mysterious to me, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. Or I'm just gonna say, did you take it? Because
That's what I'm saying.
You can.
It might not be a
well,
literal favor, but it could very well be Bailey would like if I did this and she'll put in a good word for me.
Now, I'm going to throw this out there because Joseph said, because we're kind of dipping in and out of the AEW topic. Tony Khan is just a Nepo baby who got lucky his dad is a billionaire. It allowed him to think that he is the next Vince. And he says, cheers. And he's not wrong. And I honestly think, as much as people keep saying, AEW is already on a huge fucking decline, like massively in terms of ratings and stuff like that. Not where they were maybe when they started the first year. And much in the same way, you have these indie promotions where we can pick out names who are, this is the next star. These guys are awesome. And there's so much media out there that I honestly think you're going to end up seeing AEW doing live streams on Twitch, while some other company like Wrestling Revolver, if they got a fucking TV deal on that shit, oh my god.
Imagine if
Like-
Scott
Matthew
D'Amore
Stanley's already
had
shot.
the same kind of money behind him, where TNA would be
Oh.
right now.
I think he did. Like, he had enough money to buy.
Yeah, he did. I don't know why he didn't, but he did. He had the
He
money.
tried. That's
He had
why
the
he got
funding.
fired.
He tried. Yep.
I think it was perception. I don't think he had it. I think people would have taken it if he had it. I think he was trying to say he had it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
go
want
ahead.
to hear the most ludicrous thing right now? This also came out, this week, is back to fucking Ocean Spray was saying that he enjoyed working at TNA, right? Because he went on the air and was like, "Oh, I used to watch this as a kid, and I've always wanted to be in TNA, and blah blah blah. This is my dream." Right? Well, no, we obviously know where you went because you went for the fucking money because you're a selfish prick. But
Well,
what I'm saying is he said that he thinks that Tony Khan should hire Scott D'Amore because he said Scott D'Amore is amazing. He did so much for that brand, and that You should, I don't know, have him run ROH and just let him run ROH so Tony doesn't have to be involved with it.
No.
And I sat there and I'm like, that is no.
I am just, you see, and you and I go back and forth to this a lot. Part of the reason why we talk about WWE, there are so many TNA alumni that are feature products for WWE. I would not be surprised if Scott D'Amore is working in the back right fucking now. Because the dude knows how to run a production.
But I think he's pissed off a lot of people.
Not a lot of the people.
He's pissed off a lot of people.
Well, yeah, but so is everybody else. I mean, at some juncture, they got to recognize the talent. And the dude is talented. You know,
but you can say that for a lot of other people that are out there too.
Well, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to smack you in the face with this one. What do you say? Well, Phil Brooks is an asshole. Well, where is he? See what I mean? The dude
He's
draws
on the
money.
shelf.
He might be on the shelf,
He's
but
kowtowing.
yeah, but the dude easily, and he has a couple of shows, walked out and just did hokey shit and still got fucking attention.
You know why? It's because when he did the fucking pipe bomb and he did all of that bullshit, okay? He put himself on this pedestal of, it was almost like godlike,
He was already on that pedestal when they put him with Paul Heyman.
That was later.
Yes, but
I'm talking at the pipe bomb. Because at the pipe bomb, he wasn't shit really before that.
The only
that
thing
pipe bomb
that
was
the
some bullshit. I'll say it again.
That
pipe bomb was bitch. It was fucking shitty.
Yeah, the
Bullshit.
only thing that made the pipe.
Cabana, how you doing?
Right. The only thing that made the pipe bomb worthwhile
Colt's
was
not in the chat, is he?
No.
No, I'm making fun of the pipe bomb because he did that. Hey, Colt Cabana, how you doing?
Well, here's the thing. The only reason why that pipe bomb was so different is because of the way he cut it. If you'd have cut that same promo in the ring, nobody would have fucking cared. But it's presentation that made that one awesome. And even he said, "No, I hate."
It felt so scripted. It felt like a Braun Strowman promo.
Yeah, I agree. But we see through this shit because we've seen promos that came out of somebody's heart and soul. We've seen the shit that means something.
Yeah.
Oh, Marsha's got one.
That...
What?
You were gonna say something, Marsh? You were doing the pointing.
No, I was agreeing with you. That's just it. Is we've seen it. We've seen it come from their heart and their soul. We've seen them mean it. And he said all that shit, and all I could think was, this is rhetoric.
Yeah.
I wasn't even watching wrestling at the time, and I heard about this promo. And I went out and found it. And I sent it to a friend of mine who hadn't been watching for 10 years the same as me. We both watched it, and we said, what are we missing? This is a scripted promo that seems phony as fuck. Not only is it not impressive, it's really weak.
Well,
we didn't get it. And I think what it was that the years prior were so weak that this stood out as kind of an outlier where it's a different style than they were getting. But I don't know. Go ahead.
Hold on a sec. I wanted to point out that I just put a guy who's working Midwest, who is a manager, who is an amazing storyteller. He's my brother in Cripple. He said the pipe bomb was just below the finger poke of doom, and I wholeheartedly agree. I
can't deny that.
I think the most heartfelt promo I've ever seen didn't come from a wrestler. It was Joey Styles walking in the ring, telling Jerry Lawler pretty much to go fuck himself, and I quit. That was a better promo. Like, he knocked out JBL because he was being a dick.
Dude, when fucking Dana Brooke got face-to-face with Ronda Rousey, that was a better promo.
Oh, yeah. And now look at her. She's slimmed down. She's, what is it, Ash by Elegance, TNA, and she's fucking killing it.
Yep.
Like these are the kind of things that we see. We see these heartfelt promos, and anything less than something I can believe in. That's why Bray Wyatt got over, because his presentation was so good. He could have fucking recited a recipe for biscuits, and people would have ate it up.
Rammstein's one of their big songs is a cookie recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just legitimately is that. Like, you say the right thing, and
I think that there was this. It was something that was missing for wrestling at the time, and people latched onto it. People bought the whole voice of the voiceless. They bought it, right?
Yeah.
And they bought into it. They bought into that Money in the Bank, where he walked out with that title, and
which had been done before,
But I know. But at the time, this is a whole new generation of fans and stuff who didn't see any of that, right? So you got to figure that demographic, was like they were hungry for something like that.
No,
so
and
it was all the timing.
I love Handy Heaton's perspective. He's so good at this. He said the pipe bomb was only popular because the internet marks wanted it to be a shoot, and I could agree with that wholeheartedly.
Here's the thing.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly what it is. They wanted it to be real, so they forced themselves into believing it was, when it couldn't have been more phony when you just watch it objectively.
Yeah,
but I'm going to point this out.
Okay.
If you look at it modern day and say that, but back then in 2012, 2011, right? 2011, 2012, social media was not how it is today. Twitter is not like how X is today. The IWC is definitely not like this at all. It was different right before, like in the inception of like All in that 2018, I'd say wrestling Twitter, the IWC went to shit in 2017, toward the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, and then it was fucked once All In happened.
I disagree, only because the internet wrestling community goes back to being shitty with bulletin boards, because that was a huge fucking thing, and the internet just picked it right up.
It's one of my favorite things about Pro Wrestling Spotlight with John Arezzi is listening to these radio show call-in shows from 30 years ago, where all these same fucking asshole kids are calling in saying the same shit. They get Dave Meltzer on there saying the same fucking bullshit. What was so good about this match? Lot of flips, loved it. Lot of flips, loved it. Japan, lot of flips, loved it. Meltzer's been the same for fucking ever.
Yeah.
All these guys were the same forever. It was just happened on these forums, and it didn't happen. We didn't all have access. Now we're seeing what's always been done. People who shit on Mr. Sacco, they shit all over Mankind. They said they ruined Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack was our guy, and they turned him into a fucking cartoon, screaming, pulling his hair out like a fucking idiot. While the rest of us who had never been exposed to Cactus Jack were terrified of this motherfucker who made The Undertaker vomit. You know what I mean? Like, it's all there. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Digi.
No. You're absolutely right. I was just chiming to agree with you. These motherfuckers, we're the dive bar of the IWC for a reason. There's a reason we're not a dirt sheet. We're not any of that shit, because these motherfuckers, like, have you seen Kenny Omega cut the promo on Dave Meltzer and everybody else in AEW?
Oh, did you see him? The ones like when he's gaming? Holy shit.
Like,
so fucking funny.
He went in so fucking hard, and I'm like, God damn, he must be watching the show.
I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me. If someone were to say, oh, like, John Cena's probably watching the show. I wouldn't be surprised. Nobody surprises me at all. Yeah. Nobody. I don't think that would
be kind of cool.
I think there's a very realistic. there's a very realistic, like, acceptable amount of vanity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you can be as comfortable as you are, but there's also a certain sense of, what are these fucking nobodies saying? Like, realistically, what are the average fans saying? The average fan is not the fan who's getting 100,000 views every show.
Nope.
The average fan is the kind of idiot who goes on and gets drunk 10 minutes in and says, let's talk shit on fucking anything we watch. That's your average fan. What are those guys saying? What are the guys you're getting fucking 10 or 12 views saying? You know what I mean? Like, we've had a number of wrestlers pop up in our feed. Ninja Mac, Thunder Rosa, Sam Stack. I was like, we've had people come through. And it's because I think there's a very real mentality to, what does the general population actually think? Not the people
Yeah.
who think they have everyone around their finger.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh yeah, and by the way, Thunder still listens to us too. By the way.
Yeah.
Internet bad.
I love Thunder Rosa on so many levels, and I think she got the shit end of the stick.
Don't
Dude.
start
Handy
me with
Heathen
Thunder.
says the IWC has been a problem since the internet existed, which obviously we agree. Joseph
used
says
to-
the pipe bomb really got over because of how many people were sick of Cena at the time and all the fourth wall breaking Punk did, which is similar to comics Deadpool. Fair enough.
I get
I
it.
agree with that.
Yeah.
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 I didn't
I
like
get
Cena
it.
till much later.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amanda.
I've always loved Cena, but anyways.
It's because
not
he let you
different.
squeeze his ass.
I mean,
Well, it wasn't that he let me. I just did, and he didn't fucking freak out or have security come and fucking
He didn't
haul
throw
me
you
away.
out.
They
Yeah.
didn't throw me out.
he was
Didn't
too
throw me
busy
out.
liking your
Actually,
shirt.
They brought me backstage because MVP wanted to meet me. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
My favorite match of Cena's was the one he did with the cinematic with Bray Wyatt, not because it had Bray Wyatt, but because it went through all of his bullshit and compared him to Hogan. And at the end, he took the pin clean. Like, that was...
Yes.
People give Cena a lot of shit. He didn't bury people on the basis of existence. People got buried
No.
because these people were half-assed talent that thought they could hold in his level. He carried the
that
fucking
was one of his
company for
best
10 years for a reason.
But that money,
Much longer.
but that money in
than
the
10.
bank, but that money in the bank, you got to admit that was a pretty fucking good match.
Yeah.
To this day, I've watched it
Like,
again because
Against
Cena
Punk?
did...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one of Cena's greatest matches. It's not a good Punk match.
no,
Yeah.
for Cena.
That's what she
Yeah.
was saying. It was for
I'm talking
Cena.
about. Cena,
Yeah.
not fuck. If you ask me what fucking match of Silver, I couldn't even tell you, bro. Couldn't even tell you.
It was remarkable. Me and Kevlar, original OG from the show, from the dive bar, we did a watch along for CM Punk versus Cena because we'd never watched it. And we kept going, oh shit, did you see how Cena just saved CM Punk? Oh shit. CM Punk nearly hurt himself and Cena scooped him up. Oh shit.
Yep.
CM Punk was nowhere near where he needed to be and Cena just got himself there.
Yep.
And we just kept going over and over again. After a while, we looked at each other and said, this is a fucking John Cena highlight reel of how he can carry an indie bullshit artist into an actual match.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Um,
CM Punk's greatest endeavor. It was
No.
John Cena's greatest showing of how he can take a fucking indie nobody and make him look like a star.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I got to throw in Joseph says I'm really conflicted on Cena. Yeah, he's an icon, but he also turned so many people away from wrestling. And I will
But
agree
here's
with
the
that.
thing, though.
I was going to say the counterpoint to that is what he did bring into the system, which later turned into the later end of his career, was the kids. That's where he won, and that was his bigger thing.
Yeah.
And those
Because
kids
say
grew
what-
up to be fans, right?
Yep.
So he was the catalyst of that. If you ever want to say like, who's
Yep.
the catalyst? It's blame John Cena.
He
I
pulled a
only
Hogan.
got back into wrestling because I grew up into wrestling.
Mhm.
I loved it as a child, so when I stopped watching for a long time and something looked interesting as an adult, I went, yeah, I want what I had as a child back.
Like The
And that's John
Undertaker.
Cena.
The Undertaker
Undertaker.
was so iconic for like 30 fucking years that, when you heard the Undertaker lost at WrestleMania, it shocked the world. It was headline news across the world. That's how big it was. And it was partly because the dude was such an icon for the children back then that
Mhm.
grew up to be adults.
Yeah. Thank God Cena was on WrestleMania this
Yeah.
year. Because I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, because there's certain things that, like, I with Cena, he's like fucking Linus in the security blanket for me.
Well,
WWE, fucking my security blanket is John Cena.
I like to say this counter because A, it pisses people off and I love to see their reaction, but the other part is true. So many people might be nostalgic for the Attitude Era, but at the same time, they can't tell you one good thing about it. They will mention bit spots, but they couldn't tell you a halfway decent match. Like they know DX said suck it. They know the start of all that, but they couldn't tell you a decent DX match to save their life.
Nope. No. No.
I
But I
mean,
will
They
say,
can't, but we know we can. And that's
well,
the problem.
we can because we
well,
live that. We know that.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
most
I
people
just
could.
think
immediately
we
go
were-
to New Age Outlaws against Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie would be one of my first ones I would go to. But like at the same time, if I rewatched it, how would it hold up? I don't know.
Probably not well.
Did you watch the Foley 20 Years in the Cell?
Yes.
And
I
he
haven't
kind of
yet.
goes through the match. They kind of rewatch, and they even did a watch along with him and Undertaker. There was so much poetry in that match that I think it's lost in the stunt.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's, I guess, to take it back to what the Chaser is all about. I think that's Darby Allin's biggest problem is he doesn't understand the difference between the stunt and the poetry.
Yeah.
No.
He sees the
and-
stunt and he goes, "Oh, that's the big deal is that Cactus Jack was thrown off the top."
And
And you
he
go, no.
Yeah.
The big deal wasn't he
Yeah.
was thrown off the top. The big deal was at the end, he still kicked a foot up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't kick his foot up enough to get his shoulder up. But he still had enough life in him to say, I don't want to give up. Even though
Yeah.
I'm losing, I'm fighting till the end. His little
Yeah.
foot gives this little fucking kick that does nothing. Just this,
Yeah.
it doesn't move his body. Because we're used to
Yeah.
watching kickouts where I kick my foot up so hard my shoulder comes up.
Mhm.
He couldn't get his waist up. Just there's life in me. I'm not done. You didn't
like-
kill me.
when he when he
That's-
took that whole dive off he was not supposed to do that. That was not supposed to be the spot. And
They
when
were
it
not happy with that.
happened, yeah, the Undertaker thought he killed him. And he wasn't wrong. He could have. He was inches away.
And
I-
when he went through the cage top,
Mhm.
the cage was supposed to hold steady but give, so it sagged.
Yeah,
So he would
it's-
have less of a space when they'd hit him a second time. But it didn't. It just gave way right away. So he felt the full brunt. And that's when when Undertaker looked down and said, I think I killed Jack.
Yeah.
And that's when Terry Funk ran out there. The
And
poetry wasn't in the stunt. It was in the
the
dead
build up
air-
to it.
the dead air after it.
That too.
The people
Like-
being concerned, the reality here, he going for a pin, and he's still fucking.
Yeah.
Which that's part of why it made him a legend was because this dude who just dropped from God knows how long still was going, and everybody who always said wrestling is fake had to eat some fucking words.
I had that the Mick Foley fake wrestler T-shirt, and mine was misprinted. The one I had, his face was on the back, and the injuries were on the front, and it was supposed to be reverse. What gave him that legendary status was the fact that me and millions of other fat kids watched that and said, we don't have to be counted out because we're not enough.
Yes.
We can fight through it. We can keep fighting. And at the end of the day, we can lose the fight and still keep fighting later. That's what made Foley so big to a fat kid like me.
Yeah.
Because I've been wearing XL since I was 10. You know what I mean? Like,
And now look at you. It's just your hat size.
now it's just a hat size. but there's a very real aspect that drew people in, and it wasn't that the stunt, it was the fight after the stunt. And that's, again, to go back to the AEW thing, that's what made me so mad when I saw
A
Darby's
flamethrower
fucking
spot.
stunt. Not even that. Sting's match.
Yeah.
Sting's last match, and Darby has to throw himself through a plate of glass,
Mhm.
diving to nothing,
Oh,
aiming at no one, just trying to do a fucking gimp eating a rat kind of a stunt. And I'm like, you don't get it at all.
No.
You
well,
don't get it one bit. Go ahead.
you heard about the end of
The most
the
recent match,
that big match. Yeah,
he
Double or Nothing, right?
he lit somebody on fire with a
He
flamethrower.
lit Jack Perry on fire with a flamethrower. First of all,
Yeah, it didn't look
Okay.
like it went well when I saw the clip.
No.
No, it did not. And then at the end, the Bucks fucking hung him by his ankles over the ring, super kicked him in the face,
Like,
and he just was like there, almost like a dead fish.
I
And I'm
gotta.
sitting there thinking, you know, there's so much you could do to, like, basically, you know, kind of save face. Because first of all, he shouldn't have been in there. Okay,
Yeah.
he had the whole Cody Rhodes, like the dashing Cody Rhodes, like the fucking mask,
Yeah.
but it had thumbtacks on it. And but I'm sitting there like, he had no business being in that.
No.
None. And I feel like with him, it's because he does these extreme things. And AEW's fan base, the hardcore AEW fans, they want to see pretty much Darby almost kill himself. One.
Mhm.
Two, they want to see fucking Orange Cassidy do, whatever, and have like a
Nothing.
belt. Nothing. They want to also see now fucking their sheep for fucking Will Ospreay. Okay.
Mhm.
Don't know why, but let's just chant his name in the song and like fucking ego, right? They don't
He's
know.
the best presented guy they have right now.
That's
That's fair.
bullshit. That is not.
Who's
That is
presented
not
better than him?
No, he I think he's got a point.
N-
There are plenty of people who
No.
should be presented better, but they're
Yes.
not.
There are.
Yes.
But here's the problem that I'm having. Okay.
Okay.
The person that needs to be the focus, it's not him. It should be fucking Swerve. Swerve
Yes.
is doing all these other things, right? But it's like, he's not, he's defending on a fucking Dynamite, okay?
Yeah.
Menjeff didn't fucking do that. No one was fucking doing that.
No. Yeah,
Samoa
Swerve's
Joe
laying down
did
and getting
what?
pissed on. For sure.
Yeah. And this match coming up at Forbidden Door is bullshit. I fucking stand by it. It's bullshit. But my
Who
thing
is it?
is that Forbidden Door, it is Swerve versus Osprey. So you're gonna drop Swerve's title to give it to this fucking prick who should not have gotten
Man.
that title from Roddy. One and two, like I was saying before you jumped in, I thought when I was at Full Gear that was guaranteed. That's why he went to that company too. Money,
Right.
because he's a selfish prick, and because he was going to headline All In.
Well,
Yeah.
and I gotta catch
You
up on
don't have
chat
to
here.
take the belt.
Joe says,
You don't have to
"LOL."
do that.
Joe says, "LOL. Cena wins. Drove me away from wrestling for a while. Understandable." Dalton says, "I love the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. I do think that was an interesting match. I have to agree." Handy says, "You don't have to like Cena. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but he carried WWE at a point where Rock left, Austin left, all the Attitude Era guys were gone, but he and Ross above the rest put kids like him, and at the end of the day, kids are what drive wrestling sales, not IWC marks. You complain."
Yep.
Also, Kuro Neko is in the chat.
Hero.
Cheers, brother. Or
Did we
lady,
have
I
a
don't
Kiro
know.
chat? We had a Kiro chat, did we not?
Yeah, Kiro just came in
Yeah.
like literally a
I
minute
know,
ago.
but we had like a chant for him, and I can't recall it.
Uh,
I can't recall it either. It's been a
Because
while.
TP Poker was
Anywho.
the clap, Stackhouse was the
Mhm.
woot woot. What was the woot woot?
Yeah, he's yeah. Woo woo. The train.
Yeah, that was Stackhouse.
Yeah.
Stackhouse,
Yeah.
woot woot, and it was
Whoop, whoop.
TP Poker. But what was Kuro's? Kuro had one.
I know. Why am I blanking? Kiro, I feel like horrible because you
I'm
had
Yeah.
one.
blanking, and I feel like I can't fucking I
He
can't
should.
I can't.
Marsh should be the one really in trouble because
For
you know
sure, I'm the one in trouble. I've been leading the pack.
I know. I jumped on at pandemic.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm saying. I was 2 years in with Kuro, and I fucking can't remember his chat.
Damn. Okay. Damn. That goes deep.
Did I
Oh.
never give Kuro a chant? Kuro, did I ever give you a chant? Fuck.
And
Because
then
there was
Kuro,
a
I'm
few
seeing
top guys
emojis.
that I gave it to, and Kuro was one of them, dude.
Man, dude, we talk TNA all the time, and Kiro,
Yeah.
like sometimes I'm like, fuck, you missed the TNA talk.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
Remember while we were watching TNA every week, and Kuro never came in, and then when we
Yes, he
stopped
never
again, he
came
came
in.
back. Fucking
Yeah, we're
idiot.
like, where have you been? Yeah, we're like, where have you been?
Yeah, man. Now you got no choice because TNA is all the fucking rage right now. Oh man.
But I do agree with a lot of that. And to be honest, when Cena was champion for fucking ever, and it felt like for that to me, I wasn't watching, and I would tune in and see he was the champ, see Batista was a top guy, see CM Punk, and be like, bam, forget it. You know what I mean? And I just wouldn't watch it. But when I got back into wrestling, honestly, it was like 2015. So it was kind of the tail end of Cena. I suddenly became really enamored with him and going like, this guy is fucking everything. And I went back and started watching a ton of his big matches and going, this guy's fucking amazing. So I get it too.
I'm gonna
with
give
whatever Heathen is saying. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give Kuro shit here because well, you walked into this one. You said, yeah, and now you all have a reason to watch TNA. And he said, it is a coincidence that I told you all a long time ago to pay attention to it. Maybe. My
Yes.
response is, I know some of the performers backstage, and I've been a TNA fan since before they tried to dye him blonde and stick him with Ric Flair. You know, it's Dixie Carter. I groaned through that.
It's
Yeah.
mostly me and Marsh though, but Kiro, we did. There was a
Yep.
there was a time where NXT was shit,
Yep.
AEW was shit, and
Yep.
the shining beacon was Impact, and we watched it every fucking week. And it
It's
ran
all
on
we did.
Thursdays, so we were
Yep.
we were behind. Always a week.
We watched it live half
Oh.
the time. There was a while we were
Yeah.
just watching it live. We're like, we got to go live, but it's on. And we started putting it on.
But hey,
Oh,
it's
shit,
on,
here
might
comes
as well.
Trinity.
Yep. We were doing that. Then Kiro wasn't around. Oh yeah, Kiro.
He
Fucking
said
Marsh
you
came to
groaned
Joe
through the.
Hendry.
Yeah.
Fuck Joe
Kate.
Hendry, dude.
What?
Kira
Joe
says
Hendry?
you groaned through the Panda Energy Pyramid Scheme. Oh yes.
Did
You
you
know,
like maybe?
I feel like
I
Prospect
did.
Prime isn't game. But anyways,
See,
that's just
I
me.
almost want to know if Handy is busy because this dude. I mean, granted, we'll get taken off the air if we give him an open mic, but
Who?
Handy Heathen, like he's out there, man. I love Handy. Like
You know Handy?
I do personally.
They let me. We haven't gotten shut down, and we have me.
Well,
Like realistically, Digi, when I put Amanda on air, I got messages immediately.
oh,
The first episode, I got several messages saying, "How dare you give her a platform?" And I said, "This is why she's going to continue to have a platform."
yup.
So I'm saying, send
Handy, I'm
Handy the fucking link, bro.
Handy's at work.
I'm 4 years in, bitch. 4 years in. Fuck y'all.
I'm gonna be coming up on my first year. Handy's at work. Otherwise,
And
when
who
we s-
who would have thought, Marsh? Who would have thought it would have been that long? And then
Look.
Marsh and I, we've booked AEW. Fucking Cornette's people fucking steal our shit. Yeah. Okay.
That's happened.
I gotta
Yeah,
throw
it's
this
happened.
out. And
It's happened.
this is just to give you an idea of Handy Heathen. Um, so during part of his wrestling stuff, because he does work as a manager, and Handy's in a wheelchair,
Hmm.
and he does things like convincing a very large black man to name his finisher the BBC, which stands for
Yo,
Big
where does he
Bad
live?
Chokeslam. He lives in Missouri. Uh,
Because it
a
sounds
lot,
shitty, but we have one of those out here or out in Arizona.
yeah,
We have a guy who's bound to a wheelchair who has a big black guy that he manages and does shit like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Man,
and it's
copyright infringement.
like they have. He's gotten heat to the point to where people think he's faking being in a wheelchair. Uh, they've ran a spot where they took the audience guardrails and wrapped his ass in so he couldn't get out. Like he's a creative guy. You just don't know what he's gonna say next, and that's why I love him. It's just great. Uh,
I got no problem with that.
yeah. So I've had some of his people here like come in and talk some shit. So Um, and yes, Hero, I do know that Dixie Carter's family was just in a part of a giant pyramid scheme, and it was fucking hilarious. And yeah, I groaned through it because that has to be some of the worst booking I have ever seen in my life, and I know she had a hand in it, and Vince
There was a
Russo.
while there though, honestly, like when I'm excited that Hammerstone's there. When Trinity was on top, it was sick.
Yep.
And to be honest, I think I'd be curious to know what Kuro honestly thinks about getting Scott Demore out of there. Because with all due respect, I never know what the fuck or who the fuck I'm talking to at any given moment. And if you are who you say you are, I believe you. But if someone were to come by with some evidence, say that person's not who they say they are, I would be easily flipped and say, okay, I guess they're just not, right? Kuro's been reportedly backstage with TNA for a really long time, and to me, one of the best things they've done is get rid of Scott Demore. I think he had jumped the shark personally. I think that he had a lot to give. I think he gave it all. I think he worked as hard as he fucking could. And I think at a certain point, his ego got in the way of the product. And so for me, getting him out was a positive, a net positive.
Well,
I'd be curious to hear from Kuro, who we've tried to get on the show 1,000 times. I've sent him links. He doesn't give a shit. Uh, I'd be
I can
interested to
get
know
him
what he
on.
thinks about getting him out. Hmm?
I can get him on, and I can verify who he says he is. Because I can
Actually,
ask
that's true
people who
too.
legit work for the company.
That's a good point. That's a good point. We've never fact checked Kuro. We just accept him for who he is.
Yeah,
But that's part of the dive bar, dude. To
it's
be
true.
honest, also part of the dive bar. If you want to come in and be somebody you ain't, I don't give a shit. Come in. I'll give you a
Yeah.
hug.
I'll touch your butt. It's fine. Kira says main reason they couldn't rebrand as TNA for a long time was because of the tax laws, and I think there was also something to the stink the name had for such a long time that you
Yep.
needed to get that taste out of everybody's mouth.
Gotta get that Russo out.
Yes, and now they could go back to it because they were getting some of their originals, and the Impact thing just wasn't quite there, just wasn't working. So people
I
remember the
liked
name,
Impact more than
not the
TNA.
Russo.
When they said they were
I
going
did
back to
too.
TNA, I was actually disappointed.
I love the promos they were cutting, like the whole lead up to it, where they had like Eric Young and a bunch of the originals like diving into a lake, pulling out this fucking box, opening up the library and shit. So good.
That's funny.
That, and I love Sammy Callahan and Jessica Havoc. So
Can't stand Sammy Callahan.
gotta get the taste of that illegal backstage gambling out of the mouths too, right? Well, I mean,
I
LWO
hope
for
they were
life.
gambling on who was gonna win tonight.
Yeah.
Amanda, you gotta unmute yourself, you dummy. Although I do love Amanda before. Oh, your headphone must have died. Switch it out, charge it or something. Switch out your headphone because you got no sound. I like that you got this Hawaiian background and you have like a fan hitting you, so it looks like the wind from the fucking beach.
It's where she always does from.
But I hope there's some Pete Rose shit going on back there.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Because you just never know. See, I like Sammy. I think Sammy puts on a hell of a show. I think as a promoter and a booker, he's got a lot of fucking talent. He's got a way of getting people involved and in matches that you wouldn't believe. You know, and when it comes to being original and different, you know, he's got that coming. Like the whole WWE hacker gimmick that they had going on. Sammy was already doing that 6 months to a year before they were even considering it and doing it better.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
but that's not like a stretch. Oh, there you go. You're back.
Okay. Something happened with the audio in my headphones, so sorry about that.
The voices in your head, I get it. all good.
Yeah.
Brandy
You're in a
Orton,
safe
baby.
space.
Marsh
Well,
wasn't here
you
last time I
know.
was in the chat, so Marsh doesn't know that I had a job with WWE. I can
Yeah.
verify with that too.
He did tell me that, and he told me, and I told him to get me a job over there, and he was all like, and nothing happened, man. And now I'm
Yeah.
working in baseball. Kuro got me out of wrestling and into baseball. Everyone who wants to know why I don't podcast weekly on wrestling, it's Kuro's fault.
Hero.
Hey, Kiro,
Yeah.
hire us.
Yeah.
And he'd come in, I'd give him
Actually-
booking tips. I don't know what he used and what he didn't use, but anything
don't
I
know.
had, I gave him. And now I'm in baseball. So
Yeah.
Hero could, hear a lot. See, I think that people miss you and me because we booked so much fucking shit that
We book shit.
we booked a lot. You
We
know,
we book shit
and-
now, and we're correct.
Well, no, but Marsh and I, there was
Yeah, I'm
fucking
better.
for like. No, I'm not saying you're better. No, there was Digi. No shit. Seriously.
Look at her try to
there was-
salvage my feelings.
No, I'm not salvaging anybody's. I'm brutal. No, I don't have to do that.
Fucking women,
There-
man. Holy shit.
There's no, but seriously, there was a
You-
3-month span every fucking week and the pay-per-views. We had fucking booked AEW for fucking 3 months solid.
You've
I'm
been
Hashtag
doing
not-
that with
I'm not convinced we didn't book Darby and Baby Sting.
Mm-hmm.
Papa Sting and Baby Darby.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying that from the moment Sting or Darby showed up and sat in the corner somewhere. I was
Yep.
like, "Oh, Sting's coming,
Father,
and
son.
he's gonna be
father,
Papa
son.
Sting."
Yep. And then
And I started
everyone
fighting
didn't-
for a custody battle, and never happened.
Yep.
But,
Nope, never happened. But
Uh,
if you want to know where that came from, episode 1. Go
All
back.
I know-
people. All I know is that
Kira says, I don't have that job anymore. I blame Fox for me not having that job anymore.
yeah. No, I actually
I knew someone who had a friend at Fox
Yeah.
during the
well-
SmackDown era of all that, and I can say I believe that.
I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah. If WWE didn't want people would let people who were in their travel department like work remote and not have to live in Stamford, Connecticut, I would fucking be working for them right now.
Stanford's
Just
not
so you know.
bad. It's not,
But I
not
don't
a
want to
bad
move to
area.
Connecticut. I don't want to move
Why
to
not?
Connecticut.
Move to Connecticut. You be near
I
me. We
There's
can
snow.
hang out.
To those.
There's snow.
There's
and
snow
it's
fucking
too close
everywhere.
to Delaware.
Oh,
Ugh.
Yeah,
go
we
to
haven't talked
Delaware.
about Delaware. Yeah, I know exactly.
Ugh.
Delaware is a shithole.
Yeah. Ugh. Let's not bring that
Just
evil in here.
chicken poop.
Chicken poop. Jesus.
Ugh.
When did you get PG all of a sudden?
Well, that's what we would call it. Yeah, I got to call it, call it what it is. It's not even worthy of using the word shit. Poop.
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
Delaware. Delaware. You know?
Well, as we are
Fucking-
coming up on the 2.5 hour mark, I love you guys, but we've got to kind of wind down a little bit, or
Yes.
point.
See,
the
we
connection's
gotta
going
get
to
outta
get
here.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
fucked
we
up
need-
the whole flow of the thing. Can I just ask?
Bullshit. This is our flow. You know that, right?
I have
But
no idea
we're
what you
wo-
guys do. I let you do what you're gonna do.
That
we do, but
you're doing
sometimes
it.
we're organized. Sometimes we're organized.
And I
No,
just
we're not
asked As a
organized.
final topic,
Okay.
what did you guys think about Mercedes beating Willow for that title.
Well, we haven't talked about that today, but I was hoping we would.
Waste of fucking time. Willow was so over. She was loved by the crowd.
So over.
This was
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Again, I was saying I think that Mercedes having the TNT title is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been put into a thing with Tony Storm immediately.
Tony Storm,
And-
Saraya,
Yeah.
any of them.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing though, is because that's where the other belt is. So you're
Mhm.
not going to have her on Athena because you're not paying her all this money to be quote unquote ROH.
Shit.
That's where
Yeah.
that comes from. So
That-
I think,
And nobody believes
that-
she could
yeah.
beat her anyway.
Mm,
Mhm.
Athena's
so
badass.
yeah, and they didn't have Deonna Purrazzo come in and take a belt. Okay,
And Deanna's well ahead of fucking Monet.
yeah,
Where is she?
AEW.
Yeah. She's
No,
just-
she hasn't had a match there in a decade, has she?
Who?
Yeah. She had a match like last year. She's still under contract. They just don't fucking
Wait.
use her.
When
Deonna
was the last time
Purrazzo.
Deanna had a match?
Yeah, she's only
Purrazzo?
had like
Yeah.
like
She
his
had a
last-
match at the pay-per-view against
Oh.
Thunder Rosa.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
And-
she opened the pay-per-view. She was on the buy-in or whatever they called it.
Did Thunder win?
Yeah. No,
Ugh.
because it wasn't
move.
clean again. It wasn't
Huh.
clean again. Deonna
Okay.
doesn't. Yeah, it wasn't clean. The two wins weren't clean. But I will tell you this: they had an excellent match. Every match that Deonna and Thunder have had, their whole program, their fucking hate for each other, it's absolutely amazing.
Great.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Love it.
Deanna
Love
needs
it.
the right partner. She does not do well.
And
with
that's
the
who
wrong
it is.
partner.
Thunder Rosa it's been a really great one for Deonna. And I think that with Thunder, I mean, Tony Storm, both of them could have beat her. They should have because Tony didn't win clean. So, but at the same time, I know that like everyone loves the gimmick, but it's getting a little old. And to be quite honest with you, I like would have Mercedes having that title and having a program with her would have been the better fit. Because we don't know, nobody knows if Jamie Hayter is going to be coming back.
I feel
Nobody
like that's
knows.
true. As much as
Mhm.
I've loved the Tony Storm gimmick because it's such a WWE gimmick in the middle of AEW,
Mhm.
it's a Vince McMahon gimmick in the middle of AEW, and we don't even get that
Yeah.
shit in WWE anymore.
No.
And there's a certain point, I feel like it's been way overdone at this point, and I feel like I'm very ready to get past it.
Yeah. All they need to do
yeah.
now, in my opinion, is they need to book her versus Wendy Richter to get it fucking done. And
Just
then
finish
that's
it, yeah.
Just finish
Yeah.
it off. Have Wendy win.
Huh.
And then just Wendy like fucking just say, you
To
know what?
me-
I just came in here to shut
Yeah.
this bitch up. Yeah.
The Mercedes Willow match felt like a make good on the match where she got injured and not like a where the match should go. And to me, that was the
Exactly.
big problem of it all. But
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
just don't-
why. To me personally, the TNT title feels more important than the AEW Women's title because they put it on their stronger women every time, and they just have the Women's World title be on who they think is the star and not their strongest women. I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
But
Should
the
be
one who had
flipped.
the belt, the one who had the belt the longest, Jade.
Yeah,
It wasn't
she's
that
gone.
she was strong. No, but it wasn't that she was strong. It was that was the narrative is you're making this person be, Tony's version of China.
Yeah,
And, so
yeah,
that's where you get that. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
all right.
and
Well,
that's just that.
I'm glad we got
So-
some new people.
Yes. Come back
we've had a
again. I hope we didn't
great-
scare you off.
Yeah, and Marsh, again, this is what we do. You said we're the dive bar of the IWC, and this is what we do. You don't derail us. Believe me, if you derailed us, I'd tell you to shut up. I can mute you at any time. So
And he will.
I will,
Mhm.
but no, you're
I
always
don't
welcome.
have that. Yeah, always welcome. You can like Will Ospreay. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. I
Yeah.
think maybe you're stupid, but that's just my opinion.
We
So,
don't have to agree for you to be here, and
Yeah.
we're not gonna shit on you for having an opinion different than ours.
Mhm.
Yep.
Hell,
Yep.
you can love Phil Brooks. I personally don't like the guy.
Mm.
Okay.
I've
For personal
defended him, and Amanda and I've gotten heated a couple times over that, and she's still my buddy. We still every day. I'd still do the show.
Yeah.
My
And I
favorite
just
thing
have to
right
say,
now, Amanda,
Mhm.
is that Drew
hashtag-
McIntyre is burying Punk so
Oh,
good, and every time I go
fuck
mic
yeah.
to mic,
okay, again, happy
McIntyre
birthday,
wins.
Drew McIntyre. Okay.
Yes.
First of all. Second, again, I've always liked Drew McIntyre. There was something about Drew McIntyre. I thought
Yeah.
the fucking sword shit was stupid, but there was always something about him when he went
Yep.
and he did his indie run, and then before he came back, there was
Yep.
always something about Drew that I fucking loved, and it didn't
Yes.
dawn on me until all of this, and I'm like, fucking, he is the greatest troll ever.
It's
Oh,
This is
yeah,
the kind
dude.
of guy that I would love to fucking sit in a bar with and just fucking bullshit and just
He,
fucking talk shit about people, and it would be fucking
Yeah.
great. It'd
I
be
like
fucking
when he
great.
did the press conference when he had that title match, and he was like, "I just want to tell the fans you don't have a gimmick. Stop wearing your
Mhm.
title belt because you're not actually defending it. It doesn't mean anything."
Mhm.
Like it was a very cute and simple thing, which basically corrected a lot of people, and he is
Mhm.
shat on the right people, pointing out the hypocrisy and the stupidity, and it's great.
Mhm.
This is the
He's
Drew
the best.
Galloway that we've not had, and I like Drew Galloway
Yes.
better than McIntyre.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's still Drew to me. Doesn't matter either way. Still Drew. And I
You just like
I
the
know
kilt pervert.
No, I don't. No. You know why I don't? I'm not into the kilt thing because it really doesn't show off the peaches.
Well, that's because you,
Oh yeah.
yeah. You do like
Which
the peaches.
Oh
But
yes.
at the right
so
angle, it shows off the walnuts.
Yes.
yeah,
Um,
but
I mean,
that's
you gotta like Randy Orton then.
no.
Oh, then I
Yeah,
don't
no.
know, but
His physique, his
So-
thighs scare me. His thighs scare me.
so WWE, who has the best peaches? WWE.
Ooh, great final
Current?
question.
Yeah, that's a great
Current?
final question. Current
Current?
on roster right now, who has the best peaches?
Let me think.
I'd
a hard
like
one.
that. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Marsh,
That's a
you
hard
got
one.
somebody in mind?
Women, it could be women. It could be
Women or men, doesn't matter.
Women or men. Or one of each.
Well, it's hard for me to not just say Bailey as a general catch-all.
Yeah,
She-
Bailey's for women. She's got the best.
Bailey's,
fucking
yeah.
women.
You could grab
Bailey
onto
or
that and be
fucking-
happy.
What do you think
or
about
Naomi? Bailey or
Naomi? Yeah.
I'd go with
I
Michin,
mean,
Mia Yim.
Zelina's got
That-
an incredible body.
Selena's
that's
What do you think
true,
about like
Zelina.
an Austin Theory or a Bobby Lashley for Peach?
I
No.
I was gonna
Austin Theory-
say Austin
Wow, she just
Theory
said
is
no.
pretty close.
No. Austin
He's a
Theory
pretty
is
incredible
Jade.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Austin Theory, this is where Ricky Starks is kind of floundering because there's a photo that Jade Cargill had put up with her and Austin. He looks so much like Ricky. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Jade found the white Ricky over there,"
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that.
and I'm just like, "Oh my God, no." Bobby Lashley is, but something about Austin Theory, I cannot stand.
It's
Okay.
the personality. He
never
has a
liked him.
punchable face. Like
I've
Yeah.
never liked him. I've never liked him. And the
Well,
bad part is
we're
he's
not-
tagging
we're
with
not-
fucking Grayson Waller.
we
And I love
don't. We're not
Grayson.
talking about liking. We're talking about who has
What
the
ab-
best peaches. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter what the
that
character is.
also rubs off too because like if I don't enjoy
Okay,
you
you don't
then
gotta
I'm
say
not
it
gonna
like
enjoy
that.
it.
Yeah, because we're not
you know what I
wiping
mean?
his ass. We're grading it. There's a difference.
Well, no, I know. But I don't.
What about
Hmm.
Oh fuck! I just had a good one. I thought
What about
lost
Finn
it.
Balor?
Balor's good.
Oh no, he's all about his abs. He has no ass.
That's
People
true.
from the
He's got
UK
like he's got
don't
like
have butt.
chicken breasts for abs. That guy.
Damian
Oh, but
Priest
he's
is
got,
pretty
like,
nice
abs
too.
on his abs. He's got abs on his abs. That's all I know
Yeah.
about him.
What about Damian
um,
Priest?
Oh no. Ugh.
He hates him.
Oh, fucking awful.
All right.
Awful. Hold on. I might have an answer for you. I just have to double check and just to verify that I This is my choice. Hold on here.
Dalton,
Yes,
the
I am
only
looking at
person
buttons.
you named its current roster is Alexa Bliss. And I
He's
mean,
fantastic.
Anna Jay, Joe says. That's a good choice.
Well, we're not talking AEW.
That's true.
AEW, I can tell you off
Yeah,
the bat, Anna Jay has got the best female
Yeah,
ass.
What about Braun Breaker?
No.
his thighs
Jesus.
scare me. Like the lead up makes him look like a turkey for Thanksgiving, and that bothers me.
His tan is awful. Liv Morgan, incredible.
She has a gorgeous ass for a woman. Like she's New
Um,
Jersey crazy, but she looks like the kind of girl you just accept that.
Yeah, you just go. I guess is what I deal with, but it's worth it. Bianca
Yeah.
Belair, incredible body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roxanne, you gotta be out of
yeah.
your mind not to accept a Roxanne.
Paxley.
Mandy.
What about
Tatum
Oba
Paxley.
Femi? Oh man, rest in peace.
I haven't seen that
Rest
one.
in peace. Yeah.
Um,
Rest in peace on that one.
Paxley's got a nice one too. Like it's firm but
Which one?
not like weird. Tatum Paxley.
Tatum
Hmm.
Paxley. Yep. She's very
Okay.
very fit.
Yeah.
Apollo
The
Crews is
Asian
still
gals
on
don't have
Roxanne.
booty. Mi Chin has
Mi-
booty.
Yeah,
Chin.
she's.
Asuka's got a bit of a booty.
Oh yeah, she
Not
does.
really.
That's like her. Asuka, have you never seen her boudoir shit?
Maybe I've not
Blair
really
Davenport.
seen
I
her.
would accept a Blair Davenport.
Blair, top guy Jean biatch. But yeah, if we're gonna go top end, it's Bailey.
Okay.
Bailey's got the best
Okay.
one for women,
All right.
bar none.
Are you
I
gonna say
have-
Bronson Reed? Is Bronson Reed your pick?
No, he has no
Come on.
ass. No,
Come on.
no,
Carlito?
Built like
no.
a
Carmelo
pear.
Hayes.
No. I double checked Carmelo Hayes' ass, and it's not as nice as I thought it was.
Okay.
But I do have
She's
one.
got a direct line to ass picks.
Tiffany
Yes, I do.
Stratton. Joe says.
don't ask. Don't ask. I
You're
have
gonna start
sources.
listing off the roster. That's just hilarious.
No. I have an answer though, because I
Okay.
found it.
Give me an answer.
Wesley, fucking bubble.
Yeah,
Him and
yeah.
Ricochet, bubble. Fucking
Ricochet.
bubble.
I would
Yeah.
agree. Ricochet.
Wesley does have a great little ass.
Yeah.
It's true.
And I know him too. Sorry, Des. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm like, sorry.
true
I don't mean to
though.
objectify you.
But
I mean,
and not to objectify anybody, but Jada Parker, incredible body. She's
oh
just getting
fuck yeah,
started.
dude.
mhm.
Great presence. Not trying to talk strictly about bodies here, but
I
she's
think
someone who
I
she
mean-
walks out and you go, "Oh, let me sit down and watch this."
But that was the
pre-surgery
topic.
Tiffany Stratton.
Pre-surgery Tiffany Stratton. Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
honest, Tiffany Stratton's like ridiculously perfect physically to where it's
Yeah,
almost
she didn't
unfair.
have to do
The
that.
fact that her and Ludwig Kaiser are together is kind of like, fuck both you guys. You assholes.
Yeah.
You're both physically perfect in like literally every way. Get out.
None of
Oh,
you
yeah.
saying Oba
Oh, yeah.
Femi is what Kira
Yeah.
said.
Okay.
Oba Femi was mentioned. It's just we have a list. It's like Bailey.
What about
think
LA
Bailey's-
Knight? What about LA Knight
No.
booty?
No,
You
Mm,
don't like LA
he's
Knight's
flat.
booty.
No, he's
No.
flat.
I think the
He's
dude's
flat.
got the best thighs in the business, but not his booty.
No
Okay.
Roman, no Usos, no,
No.
you know,
Samoans are
no-
not known for their ass, really.
no, they're not. No, they're not.
Samoans-
No
one talks about
Walter,
Samoan asses.
Gunther. No Gunther, no Miz, none of those people. Cody
No.
Rhodes, no butts. These are people with no
No,
butts.
Maurice still has a nice ass after all these years.
Oh, Maurice has a great body.
Yeah.
She's got a
Yeah.
great body, Maurice. She always has though.
Yeah.
I'm
Rhea
looking at
is Rhea a shoe in?
Yeah, Rhea's she's like number 2 to Bailey, I
Carmella.
think.
Carmella has a beautiful body.
She
Yeah, that was
does.
incredible. You see, she
Yeah, I
snapped
loved
back
her.
right away. Even though she doesn't believe she did, she snapped back right away.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Like
she beyond
Bliss
did, in
snapped
my
back
opinion.
too. Like some
Samantha
of her.
Irvin,
Oh!
you can't say a negative thing about Samantha Irvin.
You
in
know
your
who
life.
else has
True.
like fucking nice booty? Is fucking goddamn Big E. How can I forget Big,
Big
E?
E Langston.
yeah.
Big
God
E.
damn.
Big E, because why? Yeah, he's not around right now, so that's how I forgot him. But yeah,
He might
no,
never
I mean,
come back, poor guy.
I know that's just sad. That's
But
really
he
sad.
is
Phil
getting
Brooks has no
commentaries.
ass.
He has no ass.
Yeah.
Big E,
That's
someone
true.
I was thinking would be good on commentary because of the fact that he may not be able to wrestle and his presence is so needed.
We could
Yeah.
get rid of Booker T, replace him with Big E, and I think that would be
Oh
great.
no shit! I would love that. I would freaking love that. Yeah, I would love that. Now, if you were to ask me who's got the best butt in AEW, well, obviously I think Anna Jay for the women. definitely.
Mm.
Most definitely, hands down. Okay, I love Tony Storm's figure because she's thick all over.
Yes.
So I mean, I love her figure.
She's
I think
she's
thick.
built
Yeah.
Betty Page-esque, and I think that's one of her
Yes,
defining looks.
I love it. I love it. And obviously, men, I am biased, but apparently, according to Tony Khan, if that is true, he did work for AEW. It would be Ricky Starks. And I will say this: I'm so glad I'm seeing him on the Indies because guess what that means?
I'm
We get
agreeing
to
with
see
Kiro. You know, like, how does
we get to
Booker
see bare
T still
ass.
have a job after his commentary
Thank
on
you,
Tuesday?
Hero. That was awful this week.
Now,
I just
I
was like,
will say
dude.
the timing that
Mhm.
he had with the, the A, and he like shut it up, and there was that whole thing. I think the timing was great, but I think Shucky Ducky Quack Quack, that all that dumb shit has no business being on your commentary team.
That had no business being said to when Jordan Grace was up there.
No,
That had
Jordan
no
Grace.
business there.
It should have been, oh my god, and it should have stuck that way in sights. Mariah May is hot as hell too. I agree, Joe.
She's very very pretty.
I've been following
But
her for years.
Yeah,
mhm.
Mariah May is amazing.
I really think right now that Mariah May she still needs a little bit of work.
Yes,
She still feels a
absolutely.
little green, and what she's doing now
Absolutely.
doesn't help. So I don't know who exactly is doing the women shit, but they need to kind of help her out a little. And that's just my opinion with it.
You know,
Yeah,
Kiro said,
but that's
I wonder how his wife feels about some of his comments when Sexy Red was in the ring, and my response to that is, it's amazing how much Sexy Red has tried to be this controversial pro XYZ, whatever the fuck she's doing. But all it took was Jordan Grace to show up and Ethan Page to finish, and she doesn't matter. And that's like why they put her in the middle of it, because nobody fucking remembers her, nobody cares.
it was just all of it was just on the side of Booker T was just disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, man, there's some good shit going on here, and I have to fucking sit through this.
Yep.
I'm like, this is bullshit right now. Like, this is why I don't watch fucking NXT anymore. I fucking can't stand it.
It's
And
true.
I mean,
Like,
it's very sad to say, but it's the truth. It is the truth.
When I saw they brought in Ethan Page, I was all like, all right, that's another reason not to watch.
well, I mean, give him a chance. Let's see what they do. I mean, look what they did with Lexus King. He's a
Yeah.
credible.
Yeah, but he's been mediocre, has he not? Has he
Ne-
really shown to you?
Yes, he is shown to be a fantastic heel where he doesn't need to be there all the time without being, somebody who is considered a viable threat.
Mhm.
And when you look at what his AEW bullshit was compared to what it is now, this gimmick, you
Hey,
can tell he's being produced properly.
I like the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah, I don't. I think it was a ridiculous, stupid fucking group.
This is why I brought Digi on. This is the moment.
I like the Varsity Blondes.
The only thing good about the Best Friends is their mom dropped them off at a pay-per-view.
Fucking love Sue.
Oh,
she love Sue.
Off with Sue.
Okay.
Sue
I know
is basically Judy Bagwell. Come on.
Fucking heavyweight Trent. He was always the best one of them all. Except I don't like how he fucking dissed Rocky because I'm like, no, my heart's breaking because I love Roppongi Vice. That can't fucking end for me.
Look,
that can't end, Trent. Take it back.
Baby girl, just take the fact that God is in the WWE and they're teamed together. Just enjoy it.
That's true. That's true. But I will say this. The only thing that would make me not really like a person, and I really would say the other thing that you would have bad judgment, is if you told me that Ricky Starks does not have a fucking good ass, I'd yell, you know what?
No,
I don't fucking like you. Because
I
think
admit,
you're stupid, you're blind.
I got to admit,
there are men. There are men out there who are like, damn.
I'm like that. Like, I don't know a ton of Ricky's work, but I mean, you look at those trunks on him and you're just like, God damn, how does he keep those things out of the crack?
Oh, I can show you. There's like reels of shit where he's pulling it out of his ass. Okay. His butt eats the fucking. This is why I don't like him in trunks.
See, that's an
And
ass
there
you
was-
have to respect.
And there was some, and this was on fucking. Thank God it was on fucking like Dark or one of those ones, where his tights were so ill fitting. He kept grabbing at the crotch, and I swear to God, we saw fucking shit that we shouldn't be seeing. I was just like, can't, because
my-
AEW has fucking bad cameras.
One
So
of my
anyways.
favorite moments. We're gonna let Digi wrap this up, but one of my favorite
Okay.
moments with Kevlar's mom was she loved Lex Luger,
Mm.
and we would talk about how all these guys would get wedgies and shit, and she
Mhm.
would say that Lex Luger never gets a wedgie because his ass muscles are so strong it keeps it out.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that. The narcissist.
And when you go back and watch his
ooh.
shit, never got a wedgie. His ass muscles just pushed it back out. Ahmed Johnson, his shit's up his asshole the whole time. What are you
Yup.
gonna do?
Well, Ricky's like, like his on the indies, his spot was the whole thing where they pull the trunks down. He can't do that.
The
on
Ric Flair
TV.
spot, for sure.
Yeah, Ric
Yeah,
Flair spot. Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, that thing, I have photos. Okay. I'm so looking forward to this tomorrow. And if he doesn't do it, I'm going to fucking boo him. Like, where's the fucking ass spot?
Is the show tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
show's tomorrow.
So I didn't have time to mail you something to get you to sign it.
What
She's
did you
just
want
gonna
signed?
find. Yeah.
I don't know. I would have figured something out.
You want a figure signed?
I mean,
Just replace
I haven't got
Ricky.
his figure yet. I've seen it a couple times. I've not grabbed it, and I should.
You seen it in the wild? Which one? The FTW one? Or the,
regular
other?
ass one. The regular ass
Oh,
one.
the
yeah.
FTW one I just found. I found it at Target.
look
Yeah.
at
He was the
Ollie's.
last one.
Ollie's has a
Right.
shit ton of AEW stuff right now.
I don't
Yeah.
have those here. I don't have that here. So I still
Yeah.
need Darbe though. So I need to buy
Darbe.
one.
Never seen it, but yeah.
Never saw it in the wild, but there's some on eBay. They're going for cheap.
They're
So I
starting to
need
go
get that
down.
one. Oh, there's some that are and some that are fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
All
was
right,
one
so
I saw for like 80
let's
bucks.
let's give the show
And-
back to Digi. Let him wrap it up. Digi's got a life to suffer through, like the rest
I
of us.
look. I just spent a ton of hours hanging and doing the Medusa thing, and then coming on to do this thing. So I'm tired. I'm tired, yo.
Bottom
Yo.
line, Digi, it's the dive bar. We're
It
all
is.
hanging. We're
Mhm.
talking bullshit. It's a good
Fuck
night.
yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
The next
Like-
2 days, the next 2 days, you're gonna be like, Thursday was fun, but
I-
today you're gonna go. Today sucks.
Every day, and after every show and taping, I always tell Amanda I had so much fun, and I always do. I don't need a bunch of fans. I need good fans, and we have them. Everybody here.
We do.
Um.
I even have haters. So when you get the haters, you fucking made it. That's
Oh,
what I
I.
know.
There's a reason I stay off social media. I remember the bulletin board days. I used to get like 300 hate mails a day.
Yeah, I still get hate. I got a lot of hate mails. People are like, I don't understand. I get dirty looks. I'm like, whatever. Do you
I've
think
had
I
to convince
care?
people to unblock Amanda, and it was all like, look, you can unblock her, but you can also mute her.
I don't care. Because, people said, well, oh, do you talk about like, well, Osprey, he's blocked me fucking, it's been at least fucking 5-6 years. This is
I tell
not new.
people.
Yeah,
I
you
tell
guys are
people when
blocked,
they're
right?
fans. I'm
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guevara?
I'm like, my host has real life heat with Will Ospreay, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, just don't get her started on the story because she'll go on for at least an hour."
I loved it when Will's pushed her. She brought the clip and she was like, "This motherfucker," and I was like, "This is amazing."
That motherfucker pushed a woman. Yeah, no, seriously.
I'm an
Yeah.
instigator, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Digi, all you have to say to people who are like, she has real life heat, tell them, go on YouTube, put in Will Ospreay, West Coast Pro.
Oh, what I said is that Will Ospreay assaulted a woman in the crowd, and it wasn't a work. And then I tell him that's my host, and it
Yep.
has gotten like the what? I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a shoot, bitch.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
everyone thought.
loved it.
Everyone was like, how much did fucking Scott Brigante, the fucking owner of fucking West Coast Pro, how much did he pay me? I said, I didn't get shit.
Yeah, it's
You
like
get
it
a
would have been
t-shirt.
definitely.
I didn't even get a t-shirt. I got nothing. I didn't even get a hot dog and a handshake.
Okay.
Fucking fucking carny bullshit.
It was
Carny
one of my
bullshit.
favorite moments because in my mind, this is what makes that moment so beautiful. In my mind, Osprey knows. He gets it. He gets it. She gets it. He knows that she knows. I'm gonna do this thing, and we're not gonna go too far. Neither of us will go too far. We both fucking know there's some real here, but we also both know enough to not go too far.
He went too far.
And to me, that's the fucking beauty of it. You may think he went too far, but I feel like he believes he towed the line and that you towed the line. Like, I'm going to give her a little push. I'm not going to punch her. I'm not going to slap her. I'm not going to spit at her. I'm going to give her a little push. And I feel like that the beauty of that is that there's a real... I mean, you guys are so close to Brett and Shawn Michaels, and you don't even see it. And
It's
so
true.
fucking good.
Or like, people are like, what the hell? I mean, because Marsh was there when I shut down fucking Nick Aldis. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was bad, dude. It was cool.
Yeah, he fucking but he thought it was the greatest thing because when I told you on the Jericho Cruise, he and I talked about it when he was on it.
Yeah.
He was like, I wish people could see that. He said that was so much fucking heat, and he says I've never had heat with a fan like that. And I go, yeah, and he says, and then Marty was like, oh, she's a fan of mine. She's and Marty had to tell him. He was like, oh, like yeah. He said, yeah.
I remember I
like,
even had to turn to Amanda and I was like, let's just.
Okay.
And I had to like try to bring her down a little bit. I was like, Amanda, just take a step back. Let's let him say what he's gonna say.
I said, okay, all right. I'll let him say what he had to say.
Like
but it was like, yeah, it's when there's a hate thing, it's a hate thing. And I will say that Will Ospreay is the only one that I truly like. Even Guevara, okay, I'm cool. Guevara is fine for me now. He's a little shit, but he's fine. He never assaulted me. But he never assaulted me. Okay? Never assaulted me. Nick Aldis never assaulted me. Fucking Will Ospreay assaulted me. And when people when I told Marty was like, oh, he's not that bad. I said, bullshit. And then I showed him and he's like, oh. I go,
that's bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's like, I don't blame you. I go, yeah, that's why Sakura Genesis 2017 was my favorite fucking match ever of you and him. So when people are like, nobody remembers a 5-star match of his, I go, I do. Sakura Genesis, because you know what? Fucking Marty Scurll carried his ass in that fucking shit.
I got it.
Yeah. So.
All right.
And that's your final
Let's get this show.
All right. So it ain't giving the show over to me. I'm just the producer. She's the talent.
Oh yeah. Oh, oops! I gotta close it out.
Either way you cut it, we're all a mess, dude.
Yeah, we're all a fucking mess. So first of all, I wanted to thank Dalton for coming on. I know we tried, but Dalton, we gotta get some good shit for you to have.
We gotta get you some internet.
Yeah, we gotta get you some internet, some interwebs.
That Tennessee internet out there.
No, it's Alabama.
Alabama.
No, but Tennessee's got some pretty shit internet, and I feel like Alabama's
that's
siphoning off of it.
I guess I don't know. I mean, y'all can't be lucky and live in like Silicon Valley or near Silicon Valley. So
I live in fucking bumfuck nowhere, Pennsylvania. My internet carries this show.
Well, fucking in Pennsylvania, like you're close to the. Pennsylvania is one of those states where I fucking get really jealous of when it comes to wrestling, because you can drive for fucking 4 or 5 hours one way and hit so many states. Here I drive for 4 or 5 hours and I'm barely in the LA. In LA, I'm still on the fucking Grapevine. I just passed the Grapevine.
We have Allentown, we have Pittsburgh, we have Erie, and those are 3 major towns for every wrestling promotion.
Yeah. And you can go easily to fucking Ohio to go to fucking AIW. You can go a lot of places. So jealousy. So second, want to thank the fucking big boss, the final boss.
The final
the final boss of wrestling.
The mini boss of the IWC.
The mini boss of the IWC. Ref Marsh. Marsh, where can we find you?
On the Twitter type stuff, it's still Ref Marsh. Instagram, Venmo. Venmo, I think, is Ref Marsh. The other ones are all Marsh Ref. But realistically, like Pro Wrestling Spotlight's getting a big facelift, to be honest. And so Pro Wrestling Spotlight's coming back, and it's coming back with a fucking mission real soon. So check out Pro Wrestling Spotlight with John Arezzi, Arezzi, and you'll be able to find me over there. Outside of that, if anybody who does listen happens to live in the Albuquerque area and know about Albuquerque wrestling at all, let me know. We just moved into town, and I'm gonna start figuring it out. So hit me up, and fuck, we'll go to a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. And Digi, where can we find you?
DigiDamon WOTR on Instagram. Everywhere else, I'm not allowed to have social media because I'm a dick.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yes.
well, I'm a complete dick, so I shouldn't have any. But you can.
I
Find
gotta
me at
say
WB
something
Unchained.
positive. I gotta do my cheers.
Oh,
And
what
I
is your
never did it.
cheers? I know.
I want to cheers to the fans and everybody we have in the chat. I want to give a special shout out to Dalton Riley. His bad internet. And I definitely am very thankful for the fact that we had so much variety and a smorgasbord of wrestling, be it independent or main programming, even if it's shit. More than ever, we have choice, and I think that is amazing for the business. I want to see everybody succeed. I have my likes, I have my dislikes, but there's something out there that we can all watch, and that's what's important.
Marsh, what are your little positive thoughts and
Yeah,
thankfulness?
what's your positive toast?
So I know this last week, Liv Morgan took the title off of Becky Lynch, but there was a blip there, a moment there where Bayley, Becky, and Sammy were all champions, and that was a pretty big fucking and Cody. It's a big fucking ride for me to be on just for a moment because we talked about it last year when WrestleMania ended with Cody and the loss. It felt like a big punch to the stomach and like a lot of wind out of the sails, and the Bayley and Sammy bringing me back into it, and Cody hooking me the way that he did, and Becky being the absolute legend that she is, the icon. She's done so much for me personally that I can't say enough things about her that would even express the feelings I have about the positive nature of her. So the fact that they were all holding gold at one moment to me was like ridiculous. It was almost too hard to watch, where I'm just watching and all the champions walk out and I go, my fave. Oh wait, no, my fave. Wait, oh wait, no, my fave.
I love these
but
guys.
yeah, I love them all. But at the same time, as much as Liv Morgan, love her to death, total shit to the fans, especially the artists who take the time. She's so much in her own world of her own things, and that's all fine and well. Super happy for her to get that win because I feel like that as a character she needed it and deserved it and earned it, and super excited to see where she goes with it because this Liv Morgan Revenge tour to me has so much length. Like there's a lot of legs on there, ton of meat on there, and I'm like, let's fucking go. I love Liv Morgan. She's like one of my top 5 people I love to draw, and also like one of the top 5 people who do not reciprocate that feeling at all. So it's like, as an artist, you go, wow, I spent fucking 4 days in this drawing and you shit all over it. And then from like a fan perspective, I'm like, I love you. I want you to win always. So that's where I'm at.
Fucking Mark.
Liv's the champ. My other faves are the champs. Look, as long as Bayley's holding gold, the world is in a good place.
Yeah, it's totally you. And then me, I'm thankful that I get to see fucking Ricky Starks up close. And it's the cheapest I've paid for him in a very long time.
Sounds like a hooker.
Well,
talking
there
about
was a
his ass
rumor,
and they
but
go,
anyway, no.
this is the cheapest I've paid for him. It's like, well, fuck.
At the
Well,
time.
At the time. But no. And actually, a part of me is also like, man, I'm fucking have to pay for him because the last time he did an indie show, I didn't that I was at, I didn't have to pay for the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen him on the indies 5 times, and I've only had to pay once. Well, actually, no, twice. So this one hurts a little, but whatever. So, and I'm
But it could
really
be a good
thankful.
sign.
Oh, it's going to be a great time because when we see fucking Bear Peaches, shout out to the Peach
Yeah,
Crew.
but I'm saying it's also a good sign. Sometimes when they can't give you those comps, it's a good thing for them.
Well, no, but this promotion would do it anyway. It's very carny.
Oh.
But anyways,
All right, well,
yeah,
fuck it.
yeah, fuck it. So just so you know, I'm very thankful for everyone, our new people who come by. Hopefully, you come by again. Please, guys, join us. And this, for now, temporarily, is the last Thursday because we were the Thursday Night Chaser. We're now doing Fridays, so it'll be a Friday Night Chaser. At the dive bar of the IWC. Again, go to wrestlingontherocks.com. We have a shop. You don't make any money off of it. Kind of awesome. Support the
Very little,
show. And I mean, because it's not about
I
that.
think
We
the
just want,
profit margin I put on the t-shirts are like 50 cents each.
yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, it's because the profit margins on so many other shirts are closer to 50 to 100%. Most of our shirts are cheaper than you'll find anywhere else because I only am trying to make 50 cents off of a shirt.
Yeah. It's enough to keep the lights on.
We're trying.
We're trying. We're trying. You can sponsor if you are a fucking, or you know a wrestler that has a liquor company. This is my new thing. I'm trying to get this because we will do fucking taste tests. We'll do critiques of this because that's our thing. No one can take this away from us.
I just bought the last 2 Wheatley vodkas out of the store around the corner, the Albertsons. Those are the Cody Rhodes vodkas. I didn't even have it tonight, but I've got 2 bottles of Cody Rhodes vodka in the house.
I should hit him up. BL, can you, this is my show. The theme is we drink. It's Wrestling on the Rocks. And yeah, because I think it would go well. There's so many wrestlers that have alcohol that it would be fucking great. So
remember I was in Cox with the Good Brothers and they never came through?
Yeah.
They had their fucking whiskey. They did not pull through. But
it did.
But it is what it is.
And we still have to do the Josh Barnett one, which I
have them.
I know.
It's coming.
I know.
It's expired. We're going to have an expired taste test. We're doing it.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be all fuck. Unless I have someone next time he does Bloodsport that's not in Japan. That's coming up, everybody. So that's one to watch. So set your fucking clocks for that coming up within the next few weeks. It's I think it's after Don Kato. I can't pronounce Japanese, but anyways. So again, thank you guys. I'd like to say join us next Friday or Wednesday if you guys are still doing Wednesday. Join us for another round of fun and wrestling hijinks with your buddies, your drinking buddies here at WrestlingOnTheRocks.com. So that's last call.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers to